Bro, half of his plate is on the table. Like, his food just falls off. What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Half of his food doesn't make it in his mouth. Okay?
Do you have Parkinson's?
The damn table.
Move it, turn off the AC.
Yeah. The fan?
Yeah.
Bro, there's fucking ash. There's like some ash on the fucking staircase.
What are you want me to go clean it up?
Honestly, I don't know shit. It's just... I took a nap before this, so like my eyeballs are blurry.
Yeah, dude, like I never interviewed a band before, so
It's okay.
my first time.
This is like Narwhal.
That's what he was saying.
Carlos.
No, that's what he was saying too. That he should have had somebody else here holding the camera for him.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
It's Carlos' podcast.
I have no friends.
Jesus.
So, that's why nobody's behind the camera. My friend's the laptop, the computer over there. Okay. Shit.
The camera's like right in front of you.
That one right there. That one right there.
Now we're just gonna smell Dorito breath.
It's literally all I smell right now. It's Doritos.
For real, I don't even know what to call this segment or whatever.
Cooking with Clarion, dude.
Cooking with Clarion.
Clarion speaks.
Clarion speaks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to think of like a future series of like if I do continue interviewing bands. I'm like trying to figure out, because I was gonna do a one-on-one with another person. I was gonna call it the Yap Sessions.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yap sessions. That's pretty good. The
Yap session. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So I don't know. Blair's Dream Yap Sessions.
That has a ring to it.
Okay.
Has a ring to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like that would work. Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Going bald.
All right. Here we go.
Joseph. What did you say?
He said I'm going bald.
Losing my hair, dude.
What the fuck? Joseph, who asked?
All right.
Hey.
Let me just slate it so I can sync it later. Okay, cool. All right. Professional. Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Blair's Dream, aka Carlos from TCIE, and we are here for the very first Yap sessions with Clarion.
Hello.
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 Hello, Juliet, to you guys too.
Oh, hello.
So, would you guys want to introduce yourselves and what instrument you guys play and how old you guys are?
Okay. My name's Anthony. I play guitar. I'm 24.
My name is Saya. I am 23 and I play the bass and I sing.
My name is Joseph. I play drums and I'm 34.
Joseph,
Hell yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's not 34, guys.
So, you guys are in the band Clarion. How did that get started? Just like, the origin story of Clarion.
Clarion was started because I'm so sorry. Clarion was started because my boyfriend was in a band and I was not, and I was like, I'm sad. I want to be in a band too. So
Oh.
yeah, and it was just kind of a concept of me liking Japanese shoegaze, specifically one band called Wintermute. It's actually
this
Vocaloid.
Is not how it went
This
down.
is how it went down.
No, well, she's saying the origin story of you guys before
Yeah.
I joined the band.
She's taking like credit for everything. That's not how this went down. Okay, I'll explain it. Okay, so what happened was that she wanted to start another band, and like she said, she wanted to start another band because she wasn't in the band. And so she called it Clarion because it's based off of a song by a Japanese band called McDonald Ducky Claire.
Best song ever.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Very good song.
Only good song by them, but it doesn't matter.
True.
But so she tries to like find people. She tries like grouping her old band into it, and it just doesn't work out. And so I was on guitar originally, and I was like, it is true, you know, that both of us like Japanese like music, but it was mainly from me, where I was like, I would like to play Japanese style guitar, like the Pillows, Winter Mute, and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just making the correction here.
And what was your band that she was trying to get into?
I was actually in this band. It was called Vox Humana.
Oh, Vox
Yeah.
Humana.
Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
I used to be in Vox, short before its end days. I was in it. I recorded their first album with them, and I semi-barely wrote in the beginning of the second album that they released, but yes.
And then don't forget that they had two different drummers while they were Clarion in the
Oh,
Oh
beginning.
yeah,
yeah.
Clarion
Yeah.
we had a few different phases of like different, I guess, loadouts.
What was your
People.
inception? Was it like 2022 or 21?
Oh my gosh,
the pandemic.
the
Turn off the AC.
I think the concept of Clarion began in like 2020 or 2019 even. I had been wanting to start Clarion for a while before like I actually started it. Yeah.
Okay, so it started in 2019.
Yeah, sometime around then, yeah.
And then when was like the lineup changes? Like you don't remember the year of like the year of this drummer, or this was the era of that drummer, and the era of the other drummer.
2019, it was actually kind of more so just Joseph and I. We were
What the hell?
Yeah, it was 2020.
2020.
No, okay. You just cut this all out. just edit it. No, okay. It was so. The band was being conceptualized in 22 by her. Early
2020.
2020, whatever. The point is that it was very early conceptualized, and it was her and I, and then we had this guy named Alex,
Yeah.
right?
Around.
It was around 22, right?
Mhm.
And those were very early sessions of Clarion where we had like practicing here, and then we lied to him. We didn't tell him that we were practicing here because he was gonna charge us more money.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, we wrote like 8-9 songs and we played once.
Yeah,
And then
we
that-
only played
we played
one
once.
song with a totally
Fusion
entirely
Fest.
different set. It's none of the songs that we play now. It's like OG Clarion.
Damn.
Yeah, that will probably never be heard.
Yeah.
Shit.
You had to have been there.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then after Alex decided to leave, and then he showed up at a practice where Ethan was there.
Shout out Ethan.
Yeah.
And I just saw Ethan playing, and I was like, I'm gonna play drums.
Okay. I was at home, and I was really bored, so I saw these guys were at the lockout. So I'm like, I'm gonna come bother them, and they were practicing with Ethan, and I was like, you know what, you guys need some leads on these songs. So I just started playing with them, and then they said to come to the next practice. And that's when we kind of were like, okay, I'm gonna stick on guitar, and Joseph's gonna hop on the drums, and I think that's kind of where it kind of stayed ever since.
And then what year was that when it kind of like
It was
locked
last
in?
year.
2023.
No, it was
No,
22.
Oh, yeah,
22.
Mhm.
Towards the end of 2022.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Because my first introduction to you guys was at Rosie's Pad, the Smashing Cupid.
Yes.
Oh
February
yes,
show.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
a really good show,
Yeah,
and
that
that's
was a really fun show. Yeah.
Oh yeah! Shout out Kate.
real.
Shout out
yeah. Shout
Oho.
out Kate from Rosie's Pad.
Shout out Danny, as well. Yeah, she's kind of like the reason I know about a lot of bands is because she would just host a lot of shows, and I would just go to them before I would like start recording stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I record a lot of the local bands that I fuck with, you know. So
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to be featured on his videos for Smashing Cupid.
Yeah.
yeah, that was kind of in developmental hell for a minute because the person that did the audio for it, Brandon Ambrose, he's really talented and with talented people.
Sorry, there's an alarm.
What's the alarm? I heard that
I-
song before on TikTok.
It's Duster?
It's to remind somebody to take their medication.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I guess you could take your medication.
No, it's not for me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mercedes.
It is. It's for my girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Shout out her. Yeah, so I saw you guys at the Smashing Cupid show, and I was like, that was in developmental hell because Brandon, he's, as with most talented people, they get kind of caught up in like what is it? He does sound for like really famous bands, and he basically had to go. So it took a while before he gave me the audio. So that's why what didn't come out till like the end of like 2023. But I had it for like such a long time, but I just didn't have the proper audio that was supposed to be mixed for it.
Yeah, I like to this day I think that was probably our best set that we've ever played. Yeah. Even as like hectic as it was, because the bass drum kept moving. Yeah. And I think it was Kate and Cheyenne. Yeah. That ended up they ended up holding the bass drum for us. Yeah. But I think to this day that's probably the best. At least for myself, I think that's the best that I've sounded while playing guitar, and I think that's the best like.
Just the energy.
Yeah, the energy in there was crazy
that night.
Yeah. It wasn't until we looked back at the video or your video, and I saw that like people were like getting pretty crazy to the music. Yeah. Because when we were right there in the like at least in the front, like I couldn't see like. I was like, well, I'm gonna try to enjoy this as much as I can, because I can't really see in the back, so I don't know if people are really vibing to this or not. But then I saw the video and I was like, oh man, that was crazy. Good thing I didn't see that.
Oh, it would have psyched you out
a little bit, yeah.
Okay, for sure. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, there was a lot of energy, like I said, Cheyenne and them. Like just for like, I've noticed that whenever there's a mistake or whenever there's like some type of like issue, it's cool to see like the community come together and try to like make sure that the bands can actually play and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's actually Kate was so crazy for even sticking through all that. She became like delirious a little bit.
She was disoriented by how loud the bass drum was.
Yeah, it like made her a little psyched out. So like, so she's so real for being there for us for that.
She experienced the My Bloody Valentine high.
Oh yeah, the moron.
The decibel high.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, that record was loud. I heard.
I'll beat it. Don't worry, guys.
Oh shit! How many amps can you stack?
He's tried stacking 5. We had to tell him to stop. He'll keep stacking as much as he wants. So we've limited him to only 2.
Oh, okay.
Three on a good day.
Yeah, 3 if the stage permits it. 3.
Oh man.
And then 2 is like my regular rig.
The live rig.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, that'd be cool. But when you go to like the recording part of your thing, do you lay down like a lot of guitar tracks?
So our recording process for like at least our first EP was a little mix of a DIY but also professional. My good friend Aaron, Shogun LA, he works for Ultra Studios, Balboa Records and Recording, and he has his own little label. He's recorded almost every single band that I've ever been in, and recorded a lot of bands that I've helped produce. So he hooked it up pretty well. So he let us record at his job. We did drums in a small little room, and then same thing with the guitars. There wasn't really any room to do any experimentation or anything like that. It was just 2 ISO boxes and just laying down everything. So this was the recording amplifier for that entire EP. It was the PV Studio Chorus into an orange 2x12 with Celestion G12Ts, I believe. But it was only one amplifier. But for our next EP, I do want to experiment more with tones, just so we can make all the songs sound as fat as they do live.
That'd be cool. Yeah, the Clarion EP was really cool.
Thank you.
I mean, you were joking about like how many guitars is he gonna put on this shit, and then it kind of harkened back to the Smashing Pumpkins' "The Siamese Dream." I don't know if you heard that the song "Soma" has 40 guitar tracks.
That's a lot
on top of it, and this was back in the 90s.
Yeah,
1994.
That's great.
That's a good segue. Why is it called Clarion 1994 EP? Like, is that?
Wait,
it called that?
It says that.
That sells that on the iTunes. I've tried fixing it.
This is Easter eggs I don't know.
Yeah, it I don't know why it does that.
That's crazy.
The release date should have been when it
We
came
just
out.
go far back like that.
And
September 22nd, 1994.
yeah,
Wow.
iTunes did that by itself.
Okay.
I've told DistroKid to fix it, and they've not done it.
I mean, it's
And
kind of
it's-
cool because
yeah.
it does
We're
go
just low
back.
key like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are like so. Like I said, that '90s like shoegaze sound. I guess you could say it kind of harkens back to that. So it's really cool. But yeah, and I guess I wanted to know what Clarion means. What is that? Since you got it from a Japanese band, what's the word?
Clarion, the definition of it's a trumpet, and it's the trumpets that are sound during war. So, yeah, they're the horns of war.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
It's also
That is
pronounced
Clarion.
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 Yes.
But-
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
it's pronounced Clarion, but
But Clarion sounds
but
cooler.
Clarion
it
sounds cooler.
Yeah, so we
More
pronounce it
cool
like
is
that.
grammarly.
So-
I can't use it.
So it's like clarinet, but clarion. Like how do you say it?
Clarion.
Clarion.
Clarion. Yeah.
It's almost like saying clarinet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clarion.
Because I believe it's a French word.
It is a French word. It is a French horn.
French
war horn. Yeah.
Have you guys used that on the record?
We have not.
Okay.
I think it's fitting though because, sounds of war, horns of war. We're loud as fuck.
Yeah.
I was
We
gonna
are
say
loud
horns
as
are
fuck.
loud,
Yeah. They're
Audit-
very loud.
Yeah, audio assault
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah.
That is Clarion. Yeah.
For real. So, what was the writing process of like writing the first EP? Like,
Oh my
what-
god.
how'd that go?
That's a yeah. It
Oh,
was
no.
at least this is from my POV. We have a bunch of songs that we've written. We have a bunch of songs that we've started and haven't finished yet. But for the first EP, it was mainly just a lot of jamming. And eventually we just kind of fully fleshed them out into like the full songs. Like I remember one night, like the opening track for the EP Taxidermy, we wrote that song pretty quickly, and it became one of my favorite songs just because of the ending. The ending is very very big, very transcendent, at least for myself, and the way it came out in the recording with having it's a shimmer delay that's going on in the background, but it eventually came out, and I had them up it in the post or whatever, to sound more like backing vocals.
Oh, wow.
And that's one of my favorite songs, and it's crazy that we kind of at least laid down the bare bones of it in one night.
Was it you were saying that it has a big ending?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like a particular song they were like, oh, like I wanna, because I know there's like a couple where like Interpol's PDA kind of ends in like that, like bigger, more like chorusy, like almost like dreamlike type of like just wall of sounds, and I guess also Teenage Riot, the second half of that as well. Like what song did you think? Were you thinking?
It's exactly from that record from Teenage Riot from Sonic Youth. I'm an immense Sonic Youth fan. It's one of my biggest shut up. It's one of my most favorite bands.
Dude, I couldn't tell.
Shut up. I found them in high school, and I've loved them ever since. The song that I was trying to emulate it was from Silver Rocket. And it's such a stark contrast because our ending is it's very big, but Silver Rocket ending going into the noise section is just crazy as hell. Sorry again.
That's cool. You could do it.
No, sorry. I just need to tell this thing to shut up.
No, that's cool. You want like, I'm kind of paranoid. I hope I pressed record. I'm just gonna.
Did you want to check?
Yeah, go check. Yeah.
Just gonna double check. Yeah.
Do you just want to redo the question?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's recording, and then that one's still recording.
Okay. And then what was the question again? Oh, the song that we're trying to emulate.
Yeah.
Song?
What song were you trying to emulate? What song were you like ripping off? You know what I mean? Like, what song did you steal from? Actually.
Yeah. To getting really influenced.
Your inspiration.
Yeah, really influenced by was Silver Rocket by Sonic Youth on the Teenage Riot record. I love really big noisy endings, especially when they make your hair stand up. That's probably the best. Like I have a bunch of songs saved on my Spotify library that when I listen to them, it gives me goosebumps. It makes my heart race, and that's what I kind of try to emulate in terms of like those really big endings. And it sucks because live sessions or like live, like playing live and then recording is
You're
two
not
different. Able
Put
to
a shitload of amps everywhere.
No,
Yeah,
I think
you
we're
can't-
able to
yeah.
replicate it properly.
Well,
Yeah.
there's little things that I wish I could like replicate to a T,
Mhm.
but it's just not possible sometimes live, especially because like the environment, especially while recording, like the room, the air, everything. You
the
know, it makes
acoustics.
a really big difference. So yeah, but going back to answering the question, it was for at least for myself was Silver Rocket by Sonic Youth.
Oh yeah. And then how did you guys feel about, you know, being a part or like writing the songs and doing that stuff? I don't know. The stuff, man. The writer stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of framed the question of that.
Because when he came writing into the band, it was a different sound than originally, I guess, what I was envisioning. So I was a bit nervous because I didn't know if it would just turn into a sequel of a previous band. But when we jammed more, I started to like a lot more of the music because it kind of like, because we had to show him what we wanted because, you know, like he says, he's a big, you know, Sonic Youth fan.
Him and I are not though.
Yeah, we are not Sonic Youth fans.
That's
trash.
One of the,
Anyways.
that's one of the big things.
I don't care
we-
that deep.
Yeah,
but
that all three of us have very big, kind of stark, contrasting music
Different,
tastes.
yeah.
That but I think that really allows us to work really well together because it not all of it doesn't end up just being one generic bland thing.
Yeah, it's a blender, very much.
Yeah,
so.
but yeah, we showed him a bunch of Japanese music so he could get a hold of that. And that also plays into, I guess, a lot of like the aspects of the music. I guess like the big endings too, because Japanese music is very like big, like on eccentric, big like endings as well. So it comes from that like as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I think Human Attire is probably like one of the best examples of the Japanese influence, especially the chorus.
Yeah.
It has that very what is it called?
Got that dance.
Yeah, it's got that
the
dance feel
beat that
they
you
have,
feel
yeah.
in most J rock. Yeah.
Generic bands. No, that's what's up. Yeah, no, that's my favorite fucking song by you guys is Human Attire.
Thank you.
For sure. Every time that comes up. And like I said, the drumming. I guess another question would be to kind of like get a basis of like how long have you been playing your instrument? You know, we'll start with Joseph. How long have you been? Because you said you played guitar, but then you also played drums. But the way you played drums, I'm like, dude, you're a drummer. You're locked in on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
But what do you prefer?
I prefer playing guitar. It is my original instrument. But I picked up drums because of when I was in high school, they needed a drummer. So I was the multi-instrumental guy. I was on bass or I would sing. And then I ended up staying on drums. I've played drums since it's probably like 15 years.
Shit.
Technically 15 years.
He's old.
I'm old.
But he's not 34, guys.
He's not 34.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've played drums for a long time. It's been on and off. I did pick it up back in 2016 because I had stopped for a long time. And then I joined a couple bands that required drums.
Yeah.
So I ended up picking it up. And when I joined back on drums, it was the third time that I had to pick up drums again. So when we started, I wasn't even like at my top. I was pretty bad.
Oh no.
Yeah. But like I have like a grasp on like how like to play and like what to do. So yeah.
Interesting. And are there any like influences that you like can think of for your drums, like for your drumming style?
Yeah. So yeah, like one of my major influences is Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl.
I don't know. The camera can't see it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yes,
He's a pretender.
This is like
The
almost.
pretender.
This is 1 for 1, except the brand and the rack tom. The rack tom's supposed to be 15.
Yeah.
That's a 14. But yeah, his drumming is very super influential. I would say Christian Death is a very influential on my drumming. I really love the aspects of Christian Death's like drumming, how like it sits in the pocket but it's very like out of pocket the way the guy plays for. I don't know his name. But Dave Grohl, like I don't think there's any explaining for Dave Grohl because like he's like so good. He's done so many projects and he's like the John Bonham of our generation. He's just like so good and influential. Like I'm pretty sure he plays the drums on the track. What the fuck is it called? From Ghost, Marionette. Yeah. I don't know. It's just big boom sound, so I like it.
Yeah. Do you have your hi-hat really high? Like up? Like
I used to have it. So like if I'm sitting, I don't know if the camera can see me. It probably can.
Yeah.
So I used to sit pretty low. I think maybe a bit lower than this when I was younger. And the hi-hat used to be up here, just like him. Mm-hmm. But over time, I realized that it's not as, what is the word?
Do you get tired?
It's not as practical.
Yeah, it's not as practical. So I still have it a bit high, but I have it like right here now. Yeah. So like the hi-hat will be like leaned like that. It's still high, but not high anymore though. But I do put my cymbals high still to a certain degree.
I mean, that's like an engineer's like favorite type of drummer.
I didn't know that.
Somebody who can, because of the cymbal bleed and like the separation of the, if you have things super far apart, but it's just not practical sometimes because it's just like, dude, like it's all the way up here. Like you're reaching and shit, you know what I mean? But for an audio engineer, they love that stuff because they're just like, I'm able to separate and like, get a fine tone or whatever. But it is what it is. What do you call it? But yeah, Dave Grohl's dope. Dave Grohl is really cool. And then for, I guess, Saya, how was it singing and playing bass on this record? Like, who kind of inspires you when it comes to bass and singing?
I feel like that's such a loaded question because I feel like, for me personally, I don't, I guess, look up to specific musicians for their musicianship. I usually look at the artists that I love for, like, I guess, how do I explain this? The performance. To me, it's the act, the performance, the drama. Like, I love like the romanticized version of like performing. Though I feel like live I can't channel that because I'm shy. I get shy whenever I play.
You're just you.
That's
I do look up to a lot of performers. When I was younger, not to be cringe or anything, but I used to love My Chemical Romance. Gerard Way is one hell of a performer. Like he
puts on a show.
Exactly. Literally is, like, I don't know, he's a performer. I look up to Grimes a lot for her vision, like the way how she's able to execute her vision. I wish that I could execute my vision so clearly and perfectly as much as she does. But there's many other artists that I love and gravitate towards. But funny enough, it's not usually because of how they compose and whatnot. It's usually how they execute and perform. Yeah. And it just more so like the energy that they channel. When I perform and I play, I want people to feel what 10-year-old me would feel when I would watch videos of Gerard Way.
Oh, wow.
That's what I would like to channel. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
And be cool. Like, just watch the screen and be like, whoa, that's so cool. I want that to be me. I want people to do that too, Someone to look up to, I guess. Sounds kind of cringe, but yeah. But in terms of vocals, like genuine vocal inspiration, Miku. You guys can thank Miku. God. I love her. She's my goat. She's my queen. I love her.
Oh, yeah.
Fortnite.
You gotta get a Miku pedal, bro.
January 15th. Miku's coming on Fortnite. 14th. Miku on Fortnite.
She's going on Fortnite?
Yeah.
February? January? Or
Mark your calendars.
Oh, shit.
In 2 days.
For the music pass. And she's available on shop.
Hell yeah.
Epic should hire me.
Would you guys like want your music featured on Fortnite? Like, would you guys want to be characters?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
If Epic were to come up to us and ask us to put some shit on Fortnite, I would give them everything, even if they didn't pay me a lot. Put my shit on Fortnite.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I play so much Fortnite Festival. So like
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting, that new medium of like artists performing on video games. Like, it's always been kind of a thing, soundtracks. Like, that's what they would usually be kind of stuck to. But to be an actual character, I've just never thought I would be like, jumping out of the bus or whatever and like thanking the bus driver and then going down or whatever. I don't know. Tilted Towers doesn't exist anymore. But going down there and then just hearing Metallica's Ride the Lightning, just randomly, some dude like just trying to run you over with fucking Metallica's Ride the Lightning. I never thought I'd hear it in that context.
And just having,
and then he just runs away or like drives away.
Just getting one pumped like fucking Peter Griffin and having Juice WRLD run up behind him.
Dude, for real.
Dude, but see, now you have Miku. Now Miku's gonna
and Master Chief.
And
my
Master
gosh.
Chief.
And Master Chief.
Dude.
Alan Wake in the background too.
And Rick and Morty.
And Eminem and Snoop
And
Dogg.
Eminem and Snoop Dogg and Ice Spice.
Dude.
All these people.
It's like Super Smash Bros, but for like
in real life.
Fortnite. Just use every single character you possibly can. Hell yeah. So I guess it kind of leads up to the next question is like, I've noticed you guys have like a lot of an anime influence, as when it comes to the cover art, when it comes to obviously about Miku and stuff like that. So who's kind of the anime fan in the group?
These guys,
I mean, they did say that their favorite bands are Japanese.
Well, I mean, in terms of like anime and stuff, I know that they both like anime. I don't really watch a lot of anime. I think my pool has been Initial D, One Punch Man. I've watched the first like series of Sword Online or whatever. I think that's the name of it. But that's as much as it's gone into it. We had a really big like discussion in the beginning of the band because Saya really wanted to tailor it as an anime band. But I didn't want to do that because I'm like, well, I'm not an anime fan. I don't want to like represent represent it as something that I'm not really a part of. Yeah. We're like, luckily enough, all three of us like J-Rock. The funny one is not even J-Rock at this point; it's more J-pop. I'm gonna butcher this, but Atarashi Gakko. I'm like really fucking with them. Like recently, they're a really big influence on my playing too, especially with how poppy they are, and just their hooks are really nice.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have a really hooky song with Hello Juliet, and that's one of the more hooky songs. But I don't know, you wanted to say what your favorite anime was?
My favorite anime currently?
Yeah, currently all time. Yeah, you can go with currently and then all time.
There's a list.
I know. Out of film.
Okay, my current favorite anime, and I've been hooked. Can I curse?
Yeah.
You already been cursing.
Yeah, you already
I've been pussy whipped, okay, by this fucking anime, okay?
Oh, no.
That's the best way I can put it. It's Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man.
So sorry. I know a lot of people find that anime annoying, but...
I don't know if the microphone picked it up.
when they mentioned Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, mention Chainsaw Man. The sound of somebody sounding like they're being
murdered
by a chainsaw.
Yeah, we're currently in our rehearsal spot, and there's active bands at all times, and the stuff that we hear sometimes is funny as hell.
Is that the black metal band?
No, the black metal bands they're insane.
They only come out at midnight.
No, it's like few and far between that we actually hear them, but when they do, they're like locked in.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I love Chainsaw Man. I've been reading the manga since it's taking forever for anything to be animated. But in terms of other stories that I really enjoy, actually a lot of the early Clarion, the ones I mentioned before, the early Clarion songs that no one will probably ever hear. I wrote a lot of my songs about a lot of manga and anime that I watched. So some main series I wrote about was Goodnight Pun Pun, These are not animated, by the way. These are just manga. I have written about Goodnight Pun Pun, an anime called Nisekoi.
American Girl.
Yeah, we have a song called American Girl. Hopefully that one will come out sometime soon.
It's most likely going to come out in the newest EP.
One called Nisekoi. I have written about 2 books by the same artist, actually. One called Happiness and one called Blood on the Tracks. I don't know. I would write a lot about manga because I was lucky. I'm lucky enough to say that I was very happy when Clarion first came around, so I didn't really have any personal hardship to write about. But I would write a lot about what I liked, which was a lot of the manga that I liked at the time. So now I have some personal hardship, so I have some writing material. Holy fuck.
I think that's a moth.
Okay, I thought it was a bee.
It's something, all right, but it's okay. It won't hurt us.
It's a moth. That's a moth. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Well, it's going to light, so I'm assuming it's a moth.
It does.
That does not look like a moth. It looks like a bee.
Yeah.
It's big
fine.
as fuck. Anyways.
Well, don't wait. Don't bees like die at this time?
No, they stop flying at night.
Oh.
Oh no, Chloe.
But
but yeah, so a lot of my songs that I write about now are a lot different from early OG Clarion, but yeah, I love anime.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Taxidermy, our current song, that song is about one of my favorite mangas, actually. I almost forgot, called Chobits. Chobits is, if you don't mind if I just give a brief rundown.
That's fine.
Chobits is about, Chobits is about a society where they have things called persicoms, which are like basically like
robots.
living laptops, like walking laptops, but they don't feel real emotions. They don't, Now it's based on a society where humans itself, they handle this concept very differently. So there's some of them that weirdos fall in love with these persicons, and some people who forget their actual living, breathing wife during this. There's people who have had siblings that have passed away, and they try to form something with the persicon to replace what was missing. That's actually mainly what it's about. Can you guys stop it? And hence the term taxidermy. Trying to bring life to something that's not alive.
Oh, wow.
So, but yeah, that's what taxidermy is about. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things because I'm not into anime either. I'm just curious because like whatever bands are into, I'm just like, okay, that's their interests or whatever, right? And you can totally write songs about like with anime, influence and stuff like that. I harken back to the 70s when it came to Led Zeppelin, and they would sing about Lord of the Rings type stuff. You know what I mean? Like they would sing about Gollum and stuff like that, but it was fucking cool. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I compare it to when people read poetry books or like look at art books or whatever and get inspiration for stuff like that. Because I've been given advice that if I'm ever like in a lull or whatever, to look at like poetry books, art books or whatever, and even just rip off something from it and try to make it into something your own. Yeah. But I've never really been into poetry or like really hardcore into art or whatever. So I just find it hard to be able to look at something and have it make me feel something. I try to do more of relatable things.
Yeah, that's why she's the writer of the stuff.
Yeah, legitimately.
And you said that like the sonics of something make your hairs on the back
stand up. I've only ever had a couple times where I've had like a passage or anything like that make me feel like some type of way, yeah, but it's very few and far between. I get
He's
more
just a chill
like,
guy.
Yeah, I get more emotional or whatever, like watching movies. Like most recently, the new series on Amazon Prime, the Secret Level one.
Secret level.
Secret level. The Dungeons and Dragons episode that they had, just the ending where they're like rallying together to defeat the dragon or whatever. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. I want to go play D&D now.
This is awesome.
Yeah, dude. I was like pumping my fist in the air like my computer. I'm like, yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh yeah, dude. And then what about you with your anime? Like, what's your favorite anime?
I mean, I have two favorite animes.
Okay.
She already knows them. My two favorite animes are Welcome to the NHK and Elfenlied. Yeah, those are. I think those are the best animes of all time.
What genre of anime is that? Because I've heard like of slice of life, and I've heard of like
Which one?
You know, like the
categories.
Both of them.
Yeah.
So both. So Elfenlied is. I wouldn't say it's slice of life. Elfenlied is more, I guess, psychological. It's more like action. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen Elfenlied.
No.
So basically,
I would even say it's like sci-fi.
Yeah,
too.
it's sci-fi. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm a big fan of sci-fi psychological anime. So, like, before I continue, like, Elfenlied basically is about a girl who has horns and she has pink hair, and she has the ability to have invisible hands come out of her back, and she can impregnate humans by placing these invisible hands in their forehead. And the whole like goal that like why she was like born is to like erase the humans so that she can replace them with Diclonius. Or
which is her kind.
Which is her kind, yeah.
She's supposed to be the superior version of
a human.
Of humans.
Yeah.
So she was a new evolution.
Oh, excuse me. Anyway, you had your time. But the manga is better. There's a certain part of the manga I do not talk about because it's weird.
Yeah.
I digress. But and then Welcome to the HK is more slice of life. It's more it is psychological. It's more slice of life. It's about this dude who's like he's a NEET. He's like a shut-in, and like his magic pixie girl comes and tries to save him. Whatever. Oh. Yeah, dude, that's literally what the anime is about. Like, no fucking joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the manga. I love the mangas of both of these.
It's a doomer anime.
It's a doomer anime for sure, yeah. And it's making a comeback. Because when I first was introduced to the anime, no one really knew about it. It was like under the radar. Yeah. And now I'm seeing more people talk about it. More people relate to, especially because of COVID. Because everyone had to stay in. So everyone, I guess, can relate to aspects of the anime. But
we just have to say, so it's on record. Joseph and I liked Welcome to the NHK before it was overrated.
Yeah. Well, I liked Welcome to the NHK before it was overrated. She bought me.
I bought him the original.
She bought me the original manga run,
rare,
English manga run, which is rare. We don't even have the last two, I think, but we have like most of them. But it's a good anime. It's great. It's not for everyone though, because some people might either find it stupid or funny. But it's a lot of drama. Like Saya likes to say that I love that my animes are my novellas.
They're literally he loves like the most spiciest animes. Like whenever I see him watching it, I'm like, sheesh. Damn.
You gotta have the anti-glare.
Like, what did you
screen
say?
protector. The anti-glare screen protector.
The privacy one. The privacy one.
Yeah, bro.
Too spicy.
You're always walking in the wrong moment. It's not what.
Bro, I feel that. I used
has
to
a mirror
dude,
taped to
I
his
used to
monitor.
watch anime in my fucking car on lunch, and I didn't have tinted windows. And then one day I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I should probably not watch anime in the car anymore. Everyone knows what I mean. You know, anime is anime. They have those. They have those scenes. You know.
I'll stick to my medical shows.
Okay, there you go. Everybody's got their own
Boobies.
taste.
Sorry.
For real. So, what do you call it? So is Sunhill 48, is that like an anime reference of some sort? Or
No, actually.
Like, I don't
It's
know.
Sunhill. No. It's funny that you say that. Sunhill, the 48 comes from the music file when it was saved.
Oh.
It had the number. It had M448
kilohertz.
at the end.
Huh?
Period M448. And the word Sunhill, I just thought it sounded cool, but it's
does.
supposed to be about a cult. The song is about a cult.
Oh.
And I don't know. I just thought it looked cool, so I just left it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does look cool. Like
Yeah.
I said, it looks like an anime that you'd see on Crunchyroll. Oh,
Yeah.
watch Sunhill 48.
Yeah,
is a
thank you.
good
That's
season.
cool. Yeah.
Trademarked.
Yeah. And what cult was that referencing?
It wasn't really referencing a specific cult. It was just this might sound really random. It was about a YouTuber named Michelle Phan.
What do you mean it was? What does this mean?
You guys don't know. This is really random.
Is this true?
Yes. Okay. So Michelle Phan.
Wait. So you're telling me that Sunhill? Wait. So you're telling me that our own song is a locale song? Is that what you're telling me?
Locals.
You're telling me you made a locale song?
No.
They make
Okay.
the world go round.
Do you guys know who Michelle Phan is?
I don't.
No.
She's a beauty guru YouTuber,
Oh.
okay? Now, Michelle Phan got groomed into a cult.
Oh,
Now, it's about people who have cult-like personalities and how they're easily vulnerable to being persuaded to join a cult. That's what it's about. It's actually kind of about her.
yeah. Wherever you get your inspiration.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, like you said, you felt.
Yeah,
like,
I was just watching some YouTube video about how Michelle Phan slowly joined a cult and like was trying to tell everybody, "I'm okay, guys. I'm not in a cult. You guys are crazy. It's about love.
Oh,
It's
no.
about like the bitch was so far gone. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And was she trying to persuade her followers to like?
She
like,
wasn't trying to
subtly?
persuade her followers, but she was.
You can join, but you don't
Yeah,
have to.
Yeah, she was
I
trying to
see.
tell her
I
followers
see.
like all is well. This, this is. I've never felt this amount of love,
Oh,
gratitude, amount. Like she's like brain dead inside. Like,
Holy shit.
yeah. But yeah, that's what
Okay.
the song's about. Yeah.
And you made it, you guys, a single. What was the purpose? Because on Apple Music, obviously, maybe there's some discrepancy. I'm one of those weirdos that have
Yeah.
Apple Music. I'm sorry, fucking Spotify listeners out there.
I
No
think
offense. It's great.
I think for ourselves, just making it the single was just like the choice out
Anthony
of all the
made the
songs.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because, I feel like Sunhill kind of encapsulated what the EP was going to be about.
Yeah.
I guess I gave my opinion to them where I was like, I want to give a teaser to everybody of what the EP was going to be about without giving them everything all at once. Just because like Sunhill has our like kind of like melodic style of writing while also being like very heavy hitting and having that really hardcore section that kind of grabs you out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's, I was gonna ask Sai about her vocal inflection on that one. That one's really cool. It's really fun.
From what I remember, it was really funny. We were playing the part in practice, and this was before like she actually made it a serious thing. She just yelled into the mic, and she's like, "Should I start doing that?"
I just thought it was funny. I can't do it anymore for some reason now. So that's the only recording thing. And if you saw it live, you saw it live.
I did.
I don't think I have the balls to try it again. So
Go for it, man. It's
When
really
she does
cool.
it now, she goes,
I know.
Yeah, she does like a Yoshi scream whenever we're practicing. He just catches us off guard. But even then, I feel like that section really like with the scream was really well encapsulated within it all. Just because that hardcore riff, I wrote it just out of nowhere, and I brought it into the practice, and I was like,
Kind of as a joke. Too.
yeah, I was like, wouldn't it just be funny if we switched this fucking song into like this like hardcore two-step like beat into it. And it, like in the early times when we'd play it, I'd like before we played the song, I would tell the crowd to two-step to that part, just because it catches people off guard and it's pretty funny.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like it was really intense. Like I said, like I just have vivid memories like of the first time I heard. Did you guys play Sunhill 48 on?
At the
We did.
yes, we
Smashing
did.
We
Cupid?
did.
Yes, we did.
Because like that's how I remember the band, just like how that video was, where like everything's red, everything's like this certain color. You had the like I don't know.
The little hearts.
Hearts on
things,
top,
yeah.
and then just like starts screaming. I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this is getting intense. Like, I don't know if it was in the middle of the set or like towards the end. When did you guys end with that?
No. I think it was third to last because we. No, I
think it was the middle of the set.
Yeah, because we usually do Sunhill into Juliet into Accolade.
Yeah, a lot of the sets are made to make me comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I have to do a lot of the backload.
Yeah, but it's also formatted in the way where I don't really have to be switching guitars a lot. Just because we can format the set in a way where it flows really nicely together, but I would have to be switching guitars very, very often, and that kills a lot of time. Yeah. So we just kind of format it in a way where like Joseph gets a break in the middle, but then he kind of has to start right back up towards the end. Yeah.
That's like a disclaimer. That's why if you've ever seen us and then you see us again while we play the same set, is because we need to accompany this guy in his tuning specifically.
Yeah.
So we have like the default Clarion set.
Yeah.
Like we already know it like the back of our hand. There's been a couple shows where
I forget too.
there's been a couple shows where we'll just be like live, just be like, nah, we'll play this song.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it fucks us over.
Yeah. Because there are some times where we feel like crazy and want to do one of our older songs or whatever, but then it's like we haven't played it in so long, like we kind of like forgot.
Yeah, and then it just becomes like you're already committed to it. So
so we just got I think one of that blunders was it was a show in Norwalk, and I'm just gonna say it straight in that camera. I fucking hated that show. The turnover time. There was no turnover time. Oh my
god, I remember this show.
Yeah, there was no turnover time.
That was a bad show though.
Yeah, there was no turnover times between.
I felt so bad playing for the people there because I felt like that was the show right after the Cupid show.
Yeah,
and there was a lot of people there to see us, and we just failed all of them. I felt so bad.
And then they kicked us off stage. They walked up to us and told us, "Yeah, y'all gotta leave. Y'all are done."
I was having issues. Yeah, I was having issues with my pedal board. So I ended up finding out the issue, so I was able to correct it. But by the time we got to the third song, they're like, you guys need to be done. And I was like, dude, like, I don't know. It was like the set times were like 7:30 to 8, and then 8 was the next band. And it's like there's no turnover times or anything.
They didn't know.
You know what though? Shout out that guy's drum set, that Yamaha Stage Custom, because that was a good drum set. I love those sets.
But we played one of our songs, Tetra, in that set, but we didn't practice it, and then we tried to play it inside. They didn't remember the fucking song.
Yeah, this song was still early too. And you know what was worse? I had friends from high school there that I hadn't seen in a long time, and they been wanting to see my band, and like I played 2 shitty songs and then we get kicked off.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I told my friend, his name is Marley. Hi Marley. I told him, I was like, my bad, bro. I'm so sorry. He brought his girlfriend there.
Damn.
I hadn't seen his girlfriend in years. It was so embarrassing. Yeah.
My now girlfriend Sadie, that was one of the shows she went to see after the Smashing Cupid show. Wow. She went to that show, and I felt really bad because she told me that she wanted to like talk to me or whatever, but we had another show right after that.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
So we had to break down and get the fuck out of there. Whoa. So yeah, she told me that she wanted to talk to me, but that she saw me running around, that she didn't really want to do so. So I feel really bad because she lives in Arcadia and she drove all the way down to Norwalk just to see that really bad show.
Yeah, it was so shitty.
Yeah. Fuck. And then the show that night, the next one,
we didn't even get to play it.
Yeah, it was at the Magic Factory. I fucking hate the Magic Factory.
And we saw some dude dressed up as a snake, like rubbing his nipples underneath the.
Yeah, it was a very interesting show.
It was Quirk Chungus, the show.
Yeah.
Quirk Chungus.
We were told that there was like Netflix executives or whatever, so it was kind of one of the opportunities that we're like, okay, well, we have to, kind of take it. But the guy running the venue was on shrooms that night, and he didn't know how to really run the show, so he had us waiting outside the venue for like 3-4 hours before we were like, dude, it's 2 a.m, we're going home.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's why
you guys didn't get to play.
No, we didn't.
Wasn't a good night.
Yeah, no,
Cherry Domingo was playing, and they just fucking left.
Yeah, they left too.
Yeah,
because it was outrageous at the end of the night.
No, I didn't know that. Like, I've only been to the Magic Factory, I think, 2 times, and one time I did see Cherry Domingo with Funds for Jimmy, and that was a great show.
That was at the Aren't We Amphibious show?
Yeah, Aren't We Amphibious,
yeah, that was a really good show. The venue's cool. Just that night really left a really bad sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah, like kind of like the shrooms that he took.
Yeah, exactly.
That the guy took, bro. Holy shit! Damn, that sounds like a disaster show. Fuck. And you said 2 in the morning?
Yeah, we left because she even had work the next morning.
Yeah.
So we were like, you know what? It's kind of one of those opportunities we can't really pass up on. But once like it's strike 2, we were like, we're going home because we were gonna pass by back here to drop off all our stuff.
Yeah.
So we were like, we still need to have time to be able to drive to the lockout, drop everything off, and then drive ourselves back home.
Fuck.
Yeah, and we were supposed to practice that day, and we didn't because we were like, oh, the first show, no one's gonna show up.
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch of people
there.
Shit.
Yeah,
you guys made a good impression at Smashing Cupid.
Yeah, it sucks because we can't really gauge like the popularity of the song, like the music or whatever. Like we know people like our music, at least from like the reception that people tell us.
Yeah, it's great.
But it's hard to gauge like how much of that really reflects into people showing up to see us play.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah. And I guess a little insider baseball, like you were saying about making set lists, I wanted to kind of make a point about it that like the reason your favorite band's not going to play like a certain set list is just because of like guitar tunings or like drummers being tired after like, dude, this is like the 3rd fast song. What are we doing? Like or like vocally it's like this is straining.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit much.
So it's like, yeah, doing it in the album order or doing it in a certain way, it's like more like the limitations. You're like, do we do these 3 blocks of songs and then awkward silence while we tune, and then another 3 blocks of songs and awkward silence, like, or do we want it, we play this song but then we have to tune, awkward silence, then we play this song, we have to tune, awkward silence. So it's just like you kind of pick your battles of just like, okay, this block of songs, and we'll have an intermission or something like that.
Yeah. I'm not good with silence either. I'm really bad with like.
They hate it. There's I'm pretty sure you've seen it too when we've played live. Mm-hmm. There's a part in Human Attire where we stop. Yeah. And that's my break. And they have banned me. Ever since, I forgot what show was, they have banned me from making the break longer than 2 seconds.
Yeah.
If it's longer than 2 seconds, it's going to be like 10, 20 seconds.
Because there are times where like it's okay for him to like take a longer break because he needs to fix something really quickly. Mm-hmm. But there are times where like we look back because we're waiting for the cue and you just see him
the song is over. They think the song is over, but
it's
not over.
Like that awkward silence really kills it sometimes.
It's okay. People know it's not over though now.
Now
I can take a longer break.
Yeah, but it's kind of like the same thing at the end of Sunhill before we go into the final verse. Mm-hmm. On the record, I have like the chorus and the chorus with the really distorted guitars going on. It just lets the chord ring. Yeah. But now like we used to do that, but now we don't do we don't do that anymore. I used to do I did a feedback before we went back into the last chorus, but now I do kind of like a stop, like a stoppy like sound, like I turn off the volume. I have a volume pedal, so like I just mute the guitar basically, and then we just go right back into the song. But there were times where he counts us in and we go to play it and he doesn't think that we're listening, so then he's like, he's like pointing at us with his sticks. Yeah. And we're like, and people think the song's over, and then we have to kick back into it. But like the drive of it is already gone.
The momentum. Yeah. Oh man. No, yeah, it's chaotic. Live shows can be very chaotic and stuff like
definitely.
That. I feel that.
But then also a perfect show is also kind of not something that you really want to sometimes too. Yeah. Like perfect in the turns that you're playing and all that is really good. But there are some times that the hiccups is what makes the shows too.
Yeah. And so at that end of that Smashing Cupid show, do you usually smash your guitar because you're like, yeah, I did a good job, fuck this, you know what I mean? Or do you like, oh, we fucked up so much, I'm gonna smash it? Is it usually when it's a good job, or
it just really depends how I'm feeling at the moment. The Smashing Cupid show, I was feeling a lot during that month and the month before that just like the energy from that show was really well. So I just kind of felt like smacking my guitar on the floor. That guitar, it's currently split in half now. It's another feature on your channel. It was at the Mad Magic. The Mad Magic Record House. Yeah, and you were doing you weren't zooming in, right?
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
But he caught that on video. It was a body my friend Albert sold me for $100. Yeah, so I didn't really care about that body all too much.
Shout out Wayward.
Yeah. But it's also, at least for myself, it's also like a stylistic or like artistic choice of it too. Just in the terms of a performance, like leaving something that people remember and like take back home and then want to come back and watch you guys again to do so, because that's one of the things that I like tell my friends too, especially if they're in bands. Like, you have to leave somewhat of an impression on somebody that makes you want to come back and watch and be like, are they going to do that again?
Yeah, this is it really adds to it. I think it was kind of crazy that breaking the neck.
The
performance.
Yeah,
the drama, the inspiration, all that stuff. So is it an expensive cleanup when you guys break the guitars or like break the gear?
Well, it's just it's only on my part.
You have like 60 guitars.
Yeah, I have a plentiful amount of like offsets, just because they're the cheapest thing that you can really buy if you look hard enough. And I have a lot of Jazzmaster bodies that I buy off OfferUp or like Facebook, just because people sometimes don't know what they're selling. So I just kind of snatch them up, and I do most of my guitar and technical work or whatever like that. So it's very, very easy for me to clean up any messes that I make. That night I ended up breaking the neck at the end. The 4 points where the neck is bolted on, the bottom two ripped down and the neck came out straight forward. And nothing else was damaged, so I just kind of put in a spare neck that I had, and the guitar was back to normal, essentially.
There you go. I mean, it's cool that you can guitar tech that back. It's part of playing the live show. It's the sacrifice you make from doing that.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's also one of the things too where people also need to realize that like these guitars aren't really sacred. If they're yours too. Like I completely understand when people are within a budget or whatever, and they have to really take care of their things. I view my guitars, I love them and everything, but I also view them as a piece of wood with strings on them that make noise. And they're meant to be used as like a derivative of you.
It's a part of the performance. It's like just the piece, you know what I mean? But it's not directly you.
Exactly, yeah.
So that making that separation, I could see that. And I guess I had a question about who drew the artwork for
Saya.
That was me, yes.
Oh, cool. You paint?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I
nice.
do all different mediums.
And who is that on the cover? Is that a self-portrait?
No, it's not a self-portrait. It was just some drawing I drew. I actually procrastinated on the EP art like really bad, and I kind of just whipped it up really fast.
It looks
cool.
cool.
I think I appreciate that. I will say, had I had more time, I would have done something a lot more. I'm actually trying to see if for the next thing we release, I want to go for something different. So, and I'm gonna start working on it now, so that it's not rushed, and it's what I want at least, and I'm happy with. But I'm glad that you guys, a lot of people have came up to me and asked me about the art, which I wasn't expecting. So
I mean, it's one of those things where like if a certain artwork is attached to the music that's really good, like people will kind of ask a question about it, because I don't know, it's just like, the music is so cool and like you connect to it, so you're like, what does this cover art mean? Like, how does that encapsulate the whole entire record? And then it's a self-titled too. I thought it was called the 1994 EP.
It's okay. No,
It's called the Clarion EP.
It's self-titled.
Okay. Gotcha. Very Sonic Youth.
I will say the one thing I was trying to encapsulate though was like, I guess the drama.
Drama.
That's what I was trying to go for.
Like there was like I had to pressure Saya because I was like, dude, like we had like a hard due date of when I wanted the EP to get released, but she also works at like a 9 to 5, so she's very busy. But like we had that like, you should have started working on this earlier if like you knew it was gonna take you that long or whatever. And like we even had some discussions because I didn't really want the flower in the person's eye because I'm like, I don't know, it just kind of takes away from a lot.
I told him you're gonna fucking deal with it.
Yeah, essentially, and it's kind of grew into something that I eventually ended up liking like really like a lot.
And then who did the Sunhail 48? Was that Joseph's idea?
No,
that was me.
Saya.
Oh, okay.
Saya.
Okay. Did you enjoy that, Joseph?
What?
The Sunhail 48 singles artwork. You think it looks cool?
I was indifferent to it. I still am indifferent to this day about it.
Okay.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out like what would look good because originally that idea too, I told her I'm like we need to scrap that. I don't like it. But I think once like the color tones went into it, it just kind of like became what it was.
Are you Joseph?
Shut the fuck up,
Just
Joseph.
kidding. Go ahead.
The reds and the blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. I think
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think it looked dope. But like I said, you kind of incorporated the sun and you know, hailing to the sun. I don't fucking know.
I was going for she's really skinny because she's in a cult.
Oh, is that YouTuber? Is that
That's a social commentary, guys.
But yeah, I was trying to go for that.
I feel that.
Yeah.
No, it's really cool.
Thank you.
I fuck with it. It's very like I said, it's a really cool like interpretation of like your guys' music and stuff like that. Having the artwork connect to that. And then I've kind of I guess it's more of like, do you guys are self-aware of like the like more feminine energy, because obviously you have a femme singer. Is it very conscious like that, you know, that energy is like kind of like throughout the record and stuff like that, like it's kind of mixed with like a masculine and feminine energy. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's an aggressive but it's also a delicate sound. It can be very docile but it can be very mean as well.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything I've noticed, but I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, at least for myself, like the songs are pretty emotional too. Like Inertia, that I think that's probably like the most I don't think it is, but I consider that song a ballad in terms too. Like I helped write the Juliet lyrics and the Sunhail lyrics too. And that one does have more of like a feminine energy to it too, just because that is like kind of like the soft, like more emotional aspect to it too. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. No, it's just, what do you call it? That was kind of like a off the bat type of question, because I guess, what do you call it? Yeah, in the world of music, you know, people can be very like, oh, this is boy music and this is girl music, you know, and I'm trying to like,
I think music is music.
Whatever. Yeah, it could be for whoever and stuff like that, but it's just I guess I'm kind of curious about the demographics of like your guys' fans and stuff like that. You know,
I don't know. I feel like we got a lot.
He's laughing so nervously.
I feel like we have a lot of guys come up.
We've had this discussion before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, in not in the terms of like what like sex like comes up to us or
and
whatever.
the non-binaries too.
Yeah. It was mostly like what our music is like pointed towards, and I was like I'm pretty sure our music, like a lot of like preteens, like you know, like the younger audience really fucks with our music.
That's
just because
the drama.
The drama.
It's more, I mean, in adolescence, it's more dramatic. It's more feeling a lot more things.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I can see that as you guys' fan base and stuff like that. What do you call it? Let's see.
Ask away. Ask any question you would like. That's even questions that aren't on the list.
On the list. I don't know.
But if you're going through your list, go ahead.
Okay. For sure. Are you guys like into analog or like digital when it comes to like listening to music? Do you guys prefer to listen to it on CD or vinyl or through streaming services?
I don't have a preference. when my buddy Misael shows me shit on vinyl, I literally don't care. I literally don't hear the difference. Maybe I'm just like too accustomed to modern day digital. But yeah, shout out Misael. But
You hear that?
yeah, you hear that?
What about you, Sam?
Yeah, like I don't really hear it. I think I just listen more digital because it's convenient.
Yeah.
I use YouTube.
Hell yeah.
I don't
YouTube
use
music.
Spotify.
YouTube Music.
Yeah, no, YouTube.
Just YouTube.
With
Just
the
YouTube.
ads. He
Yeah.
raw
With the
dogs it.
ads.
Oh man,
He's
Yeah.
a different animal.
I feel that. I have a cousin or a nephew that he has YouTube Music, and it's like low key. I do kind of like, I can see his side because you can find like demos of like a band that it's not on streaming services or not on physical CD, so then they just upload it to YouTube, or it most likely is on vinyl and shit like that. I can see that.
Well, I think
Some people
maybe
have it.
like nowadays, like within the year or two, I think most people that have demos on YouTube are on Spotify now.
Yeah.
Like what's that one Japanese shoegaze band that go
Star.
what are they called?
something. I forgot, but
Damn it.
they're good. I love them.
Yeah, they're good. I love them. But someone probably recognizes that melody, but I think they recently went on Spotify from what I saw. Recently.
Not recently. I've liked that song for a long
You
time.
know what? I don't want to hear this, okay?
Nah, I feel that.
I don't think you even know this, but I am a big collector.
I know that.
Yeah, but it's just that I'm not able to listen to my stuff because I'm currently sharing a room. I don't own my own room, so I don't have my old stereo set up. I had a stereo that was played records, cassette tapes, and CDs. Yeah, I have a big cassette tape collection, a big CD collection, and a big vinyl collection. So when I was younger, I used to have my vinyls playing all the time, my CDs playing all the time, my cassettes playing all the time. As soon as I got home from school, I would pop in whatever and just sit down in my room and listen to music all day. That's exactly what I would do. I used to play guitar too, so I used to play guitar with the music I used to listen to, just being a kid.
Yeah.
But I mean, now that I don't have the time or space to put my stereo system back up, I really don't mind listening digitally. Like I have a PC now, so like I have like my headphones, so like I'll I listen on my computer. I enjoy. I don't mind now, but at my core, I would listen a lot analog. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
what's up. And then your preference,
Um,
or just whatever's convenient, really.
Yeah, it's honestly what's mostly convenient. Kind of the same thing with Joseph. I cannot find this band on Spotify because it's not on Spotify. Condor 44. They're not on Spotify. They're a J-rock band, but none of their stuff is uploaded kind of anywhere besides YouTube. So I just I listen to their albums and their demos or whatever through there. But I'm a really big record collector too, just because I like to have physical media too. But in all honesty, because my car doesn't take CDs or anything either, I just kind of listen through music through Spotify or whatever. And it really doesn't make a difference besides just like kind of like headphones or whatever you're
More of an
using.
intimate feeling.
Yeah.
when you listen.
It is an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
I will say. I have a nephew who like fucking drowns, like all of his paychecks go to fucking vinyl, and I'm just like, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I'm
yeah.
like, dude.
Luckily, when I
chill.
was collecting, it was cheaper at the time, and
Now that they're making a comeback.
Yeah, well, not even.
I
that they're
don't
making,
think I would
It's
start
not
it
a comeback.
again.
It's here. It's been here for a couple of years
Yeah.
already. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wouldn't pick up my collection again. Like I would not expand on it because of how expensive it is. Yeah.
Okay, and then this is more of a question on the vinyl side, I guess. If you guys were on that series by Amoeba, What's in My Bag, what would be your top 5 albums that you would pick out and put in your bag?
Oh my god! Like if we found them there.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I already know, dude.
Or even if they don't exist, like maybe a YouTube like thing where it's just YouTube only. Like, what would be the vinyl that would be in your bag if you were to find that?
It would be Only Theater of Pain by Christian Death, Injustice for All by Metallica.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're hoo-yeah. It would be this Swedish band. They're called Catatonia. They're 1998 Discouraged ones. Oh my god, I would love it on I don't collect, but if I had that, I would just yeah. Probably fucking. I think it's Happy Bivouac, the Pillows, the Japanese band. I would like theirs. I like that record. And then the fifth one. Ooh, I have to think. I'll do 4. That's all I can think about right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What about you, Saya?
I think I'm only saying this because this is one that I do have. It's Weezer's live performance in Japan. Their Pinkerton live performance in Japan.
Oh, the 2005 one?
Was it 2005?
I don't know.
That's a
during that
great
Make-Believe?
performance. I
Was that a
love that vinyl.
Was that the Make Believe one?
I think so.
Like where I'm trying to remember.
The album cover is like drawn.
Yeah. I think it was
I
Make
fucking love that performance.
the live performance.
Yeah, I like that one.
That was great.
I would probably. I feel like I'm bringing up the same artists. I listen to more than just these artists. It's just what I can think of right now.
Is Weezer.
I actually, it's so funny. The biggest like thing in my collection is I have all of the Weezer CDs.
Oh my god.
This is so funny. I have the fucking As Seen on TV Weezer CD.
Oh damn.
That's how deep it goes.
Yeah.
I
She
have
asked the
every
singer of
single
Weezer to play for her birthday.
Rivers
Oh, whoa. This is some lore that was not supposed to be brought.
Reverse Kumo.
Reverse
Kumo, please play for my
When
birthday.
I
I'm
was
7.
14,
14.
I emailed
no.
Weezer and I was like, come to my birthday party.
Holy
I was
shit.
like, I love you guys.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing.
Hell yeah.
But
Hopefully you guys go on tour with Weezer someday.
oh, that would be
Dude,
so
that'd be
crazy.
a dream in all honesty.
I love Rivers. He's such a
He's so
such a
kawaii.
silly man. Yeah.
He's so kawaii.
Yeah, he is. Oh my god.
That's fucking sick. So just every Weezer album would be in your bag. Like all the
I'm not.
Honestly, yeah.
It's you know what's so
Yeah.
funny? I'm not even like the biggest, craziest.
Yes,
I
you
love
are.
Weezer.
Bro,
But I'm
don't
Who
listen to
doesn't love
don't,
Weezer?
Don't listen to anything she's saying. She has River Cuomo demos.
I do.
yeah.
It
Fucking
goes that deep. I
tapes.
have
They're
his
tapes.
demos.
Okay,
yeah.
she is the fattest Weezer fan ever known to man. She's just
What's
denying
the
it on the
deal
camera.
With my brain. Why am I so-
Oh no. What's with these homies? This is my girl.
I'm so sorry.
Why do they got a front? Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, sure. I'm not Weezer #1 fan, but my bag will probably be full of Weezer shit. So.
Weezer memorabilia, right?
What's
Rivers Cuomo cup.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Ratitude then? If you
I
like,
fucking love
you love
Ratitude.
oh man,
Okay.
it's one of their
Pork
worst.
and Beans?
The Cortez.
Come on.
That's the Red album. That's the Red album.
Who wouldn't love that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I fucking
So-
love Ratitude.
I think that's the Red album, the Pork and Beans one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the Red album.
Awkward. I told you guys I
I know.
wasn't Weezer fan #1.
There you
Hold
go.
on.
No, it's their forgotten one. Yeah, they released it at the same time though. Like that's
I can't fucking remember. They have such a big like
No, they do. Big.
like
Discography.
discography. Like
Yeah.
I just know I like the album.
The
I
Pork and
remember
Beans, the Red
liking the album. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. If you tell me what songs are on there, I'll be like, oh, I like this song.
Troublemaker.
I like that song.
My
Yeah.
name is Wingfield.
My name is Wingfield.
Got a box full of your
Yeah.
toys.
Would you guys ever cover anything by them?
By
Would it
Weezer?
make sense?
Um,
Or would you guys turn it into like a shoegaze version of
I'm
Weezer?
tired of
Like-
Sex is the only song I'd
Oh,
cover by them.
Yeah, that fucking
I
riff.
love that song.
That riff.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Fuck yeah. But in your bag, like what would be your favorite, I guess, Weezer album in that bag? that you would-
Pinkerton. I'm
Pinkerton?
sorry, I'm such a whore for Pinkerton. Love
valid,
that album.
Valid.
Hell yeah. Okay. And any other record that you said? So you said the first one was
Art Angels by Grimes.
by Grimes.
I love that album. It's very
Valid.
influential to me.
And then Weezer's Pinkerton. And then and then all other, everything else
Everything
is
else,
just the Weezer.
all
The
Weezer
deluxe.
The
discography.
deluxe edition.
Yes.
Dude, there's some B-sides on Pinkerton that are
Oh,
great.
you know what
They're
I would
great.
have? I'm so sorry.
Go for it.
My Chemical Romances.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what the fuck it was called. I think like Lethal Weapons. It was a series of EPs they put out before the band broke up. I want that shit on vinyl, and I don't know if they're selling it on vinyl anymore. If they are, that'd be awesome because I would buy it. But
Hell yeah.
they it was basically supposed to be the last My Chemical Romance album, but they never released it. So
they said that Welcome to the Black Parade was supposed to be the end. Like
it was supposed to be, but they released a bunch of other songs with the Conventional Weapons, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
But I would love to have those.
What do you think would happen if he ended it on Welcome to the Black Parade? Like he said that was because he said every other album after that he felt like he knew he was pushing it. Like he was done. He was done
honestly,
during the Black Parade era.
As someone who
it did feel like the ending, to be honest.
It should have been the ending. Then this is my personal opinion, and it's just coming from someone who loves Danger Days.
Yeah.
I do think it should have ended there because in terms of, I guess, just the well-being of the band itself. Like, I feel like all of them were in their worst mental pit during the Black Parade. At least from, I didn't know them personally. I was just a kid. But, like, from based off of interviews and shit I saw, they were so heavily drugged up. His little brother, Mikey, was so drugged up, and it would hurt him, apparently, just from seeing his little brother like that. Like, it was just... it's
emotional. Right?
Yeah, so as a fan, somebody who looks up to them, it would have been great if they just ended it there. It wouldn't have been worth the whole spiral of Danger Days from what happened. So, yeah, like I said, I loved that album. Love Danger Days.
I'm not a fan of this band. I hate this band, but that was their peak.
Oh well.
And I actually hate that album. I do not like Welcome to the Black Parade.
That is.
Yeah,
This might be a very controversial
I only
take,
like 2 songs off of there.
Yeah.
That is their best album, and a lot of people might disagree with that, like her, but the popularity. I'm telling you, it was peak for My Chemical Romance. No matter who wants to say anything about it, that's where it should have ended. That's where they should have stopped playing, and that was the end of that band.
That was Gerard's original plan.
She showed me that album after, and that album was dog shit.
I just loved how different it was.
Yeah,
and
sometimes being too different is bad. I love the
storytelling. Like, I'm such a sucker for Gerard's storytelling, especially like with like his comic books. I own his comic books too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a kind of a weird shout out, but I guess no, I shouldn't make it. I shouldn't make it the shout out. RIP what happened during 9/11, but that's what inspired Mr.
Oh yeah, dude, literally, thank you. And you know what? Had that shit not happened, had My Chemical Romance never happened, Twilight would have never happened.
Oh yeah. That's the rabbit hole
and then
that we get into.
Paramore would have never made the song Decode. That song is fucking amazing, bro.
So crazy.
So shout out.
So RIP the victims of 9/11, but yes, there was some great art inspired by
epic art.
I feel that. And then for your bag,
my 5, like right off the top of my head, would be number 1 would be Milo Goes to College by the Descendants. Very influential.
Beast.
Very influential record, at least for my guitar playing. Stefan Ergot is one of the artists that made me want to pick up the guitar, just because his like punk sensibility, but also his melodic guitar writing just really resonated with me. I have like the unpopular opinion that I do agree with a lot of people with that some of the lyrics are a little, like and then like teenager feel,
angst.
It's like angsty, and I get it. It reflects the era that I released.
That's what they say about Pinkerton. Sexist lyrics, but it's just a It's just in the mind.
Don't think about that.
Twisted psychopath.
Literally, don't think about that. Just listen.
Just listen to ignore the lyrics. I mean, I think he did say that. Yeah, he released a statement on the record. He said like, please do not take offense to the lyrics.
He said that it's the album that he's most ashamed of.
Yeah,
because it's just too open.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of that shit could have been kept to himself.
It could have, yeah.
But yeah,
back to Manolo.
I love the Descendants. I've seen them so many times. They're one of my like very favorite bands. I can go to their show and sing literally every song that they play on the set list. But yeah, Stefan Ergot and that record was one of the records that made me want to pick up the guitar.
Dude.
The number 2 would be Rather Ripped by Sonic Youth. Pink's Theme is my favorite song off of that album, and it's also one of the songs that influenced a lot of my guitar writing, mainly just because the melodies in that entire song is just fucking insane, and how Lee Ranaldo uses a nut file on his strings and plays a harmonic, and it just that just whatever he's doing is just it's just fucking crazy to open up the song with. My third one would most likely be I don't remember what the name of the album is. It's by B.D.O.T.S. It's during the Pope Star era.
The fucking one with rats.
Yeah, the red one. I love that album. Rats is my favorite song.
You disgust me.
And to state of fact here too, Rats, the ending to Rats, the breakdown is what also influenced my breakdown on Sunhail. Just the transition from that like melodic song to that like heavy fucking chug is crazy. I saw them recently at the Kia Forum, and it was funny because I saw them a few days after I broke my ankle. So I was in a scooter watching them, and I was like headbanging the fuck as much as I could. But it was crazy because the only other time that I had ever seen them was Beach Goth 3, and that was when they were still during the Papa Emeritus 3 section. So the golden era. They had very low production, not a lot of money into the band, but then seeing them go from that into this fucking sold out stadium, pyrotechnics, everything, amazing sound. It blew my mind. If I can relive that night, especially in the circumstances that I was like fucking scootering around or whatever, it was probably one of my top concerts that I've ever been to. I love Ghost. My
true shout out Ghost for bringing back 3/4 beats, bro.
3/4 beats.
Number 4 would be Feel the Pain by Dinosaur Jr. And number 5, it's just a toss up, any album by Sunno. I love sludge metal, doom metal, whatever. I love things that just can break my eardrums.
Yeah, I guess that's why you guys kind of go into the shoegaze genres, because like when you think of shoegaze, you think of like 60 billion pedals and like, you know, amps that sound like hella loud. So yeah, Sunno being like almost atmospheric. It's almost like making like this wall of like sound, like being drowned in guitar tones, and then like some drums coming in.
Even though you can't like live, sometimes you can't even tell what they're playing, just how loud and how bass heavy it is. Like just you can even like, it's funny that you can't tell what they're playing, but you can tell what they're playing. And it's just like a story to me. And like I love instrumental music sometimes. Sometimes,
yeah, for real. No, yeah, you guys have like this very layered sound on top of it, and then like obviously the drums, like it's an unsung hero of a lot of songs. It's the drums, like with like a lot of people can't, you know, like if you go to a show and there's no drums, like less people are likely to get into it and to really rock with it. You could be playing the same chords that you play, and like it's not exciting.
My favorite example that I always bring up to people, I went to Coachella 2022, and I think it was Doja Cat that I saw live.
Doja?
Yeah. I think it was Doja Cat. Was she the one who wrote that Say So song?
Yeah.
I saw her, and she had the great idea of having a live band with her, and
I saw that performance.
it was peak. It was it was amazing, because I was like, more artists need to do this, because having a real drummer really just brings in the energy, because whoever she had that night, man, was fucking ripping on those drums, man. And even as far as I was back in the crowd, I was like, I felt that in my chest.
That's
and I was
where
like,
22
I
came
love
out,
that.
huh? 22 and ASAP?
I think so.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, and that was something that ironically her and I talked about the other week, where I was I wish more like solo artists would use drummers, like live bands, especially just live bands in general, just because like he says, like with drums, like, you know, drums is all about like boom, you know, and when you feel that boom through a speaker, it's different when it's already pre-recorded, when it's live, because you hear those overtones and you feel you feel the smack on the plastic when people play live. Yeah,
I actually think we were talking about that because of Doja Cat. Because
probably,
because Doja, she has a performance. I'm also a big Doja Cat fan.
There you go.
She did a VMA performance of the song "Say So," but she did a metal version of it, and it was actually really fucking cool. Like a nice Ben doing a little trolling on her end, you know. But
Yeah,
she
she's known to
executed it
troll.
very well. Yeah,
but she's an amazing artist. That if she choreographed everything herself, or she had like help or whatever, I give them like props, because that night they converted me to a Doja Cat fan.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's something you kind of miss when you don't see somebody live or something like that. But like in an area like hip hop, like it's very rare to see, you know, live performances.
Yeah.
I mean, you do see it on like the TV shows whenever they do a live performance. They always bring the band.
Beyonce
for the
does
house
that.
rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like there's nothing like live instrumentation. Like all the backing tracks can be cool and stuff like that, but yeah, nothing beats a live drum.
It's I don't know. I just don't like watching a performance and seeing just the fucking singer plopped in the middle of the stage and nothing else behind
boring.
them. Yeah, you're just
Super
seeing one dot fucking roll around or whatever. It's like, come on, bro. Like, like have visuals or something at least, because I'm getting bored seeing this speck in front of me move around.
Yeah. What's your guys' opinion on the boiler room sets? I don't know if you guys are into that type of
what
stuff.
is that?
I love Boiler Room.
The DJ type sets.
I fuck with like house music in general, so like
is that what that is?
yeah,
So-
like
so-
house and just electronic music.
Go on,
and
Anthony.
shit.
So Boiler Room sets are where they put the DJ either in the middle of the room or towards the back, but there's no barrier in between anything. So it's just a
So they're
CD
just all sardined
yeah,
up.
it's a CDJ and everybody around them.
Oh,
To
yeah.
vibe.
And it's crazy. I've been to a couple Boiler Room sets, like underground ones or whatever myself, and it's just something you really just need to be a part of to really understand why the feeling of it is. I started being an EDM fan because of my father. I love B.D.O.T.S, Cascade, Deadmau5.
Dead Mouth 5.
I also love Dead Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that transitioned into my adulthood and being able to go to like these 21 plus events or whatever. But understanding like why these people get into like a Boiler Room set and they're all just dancing, because it's just having no barriers and having really no separation between each other just allows people to feel more of it, at least for myself. Like, at least that's like my opinion on it.
Yeah, it's like a big party. Everybody gets to just dance with each other and have a good time.
Yeah.
And the speakers got to be good too.
Oh yeah,
'cause the
definitely.
bass-
When those things are booming, man, it's
It's the only replication for a live drum kit is to
Yeah.
have the speakers really well and stuff like that. That's cool. Yeah, I whenever I think of the Boiler Room set, I always think of the Death Grip set with Anthony Fantano in the pit. That fucking set. That guy. What's your guys' opinion on Fantano? You think he turns people on to new music, or you think like there's just this cultish allegiance to his scores?
Because he already knows I have an opinion.
Yeah.
to his scoring, and like, do you think that actually helps bands? I mean, I've heard it helped Swan. Like nobody fucking knew who Swan was until
I think Fantano when he started, because I used to watch his reviews. I think when he started, he was the guy to go to find like those type of music, those underground bands, because he would review them. To me, it's not, I guess, like like whether you agree with him, because it's his own opinion, you know.
Yeah,
But I feel like nowadays, like he just doesn't have that like drive anymore. Even if he says he does, or if he like, like, you know, it's just that like whenever I'll tune into like a live stream of his, or like I'll see him review new stuff, it just doesn't feel the same. It feels like it's like forced. It feels like he just rates everything what he's just gonna like, oh, I'll just give it a 7 just because.
He's got ear fatigue.
Yeah, he has ear fatigue.
He listens to too much music.
Yeah, and it's
and
understandable.
It just becomes like
and it's
He
understandable.
needs to touch some grass.
touch some grass.
No, it's understandable, especially after being like kind of in quote unquote his like line of work. After a while, like all that stuff really blends in together until you hear something that really does like change your opinion on it.
And then that's what makes it good. Like I've always hear that when there's like this musical revolution, they're like, there was too much of this, and then this band came along and did this.
Dude, and you know what's the we're gonna get a lot of shit. I don't know, who knows. You know what's the greatest example of that? I'm sorry to interrupt you. From 2016 to fucking 2020. That is literally that example. It was nothing but shit fucking beach indie Buttertones music. And I'm sorry for anyone that likes that music. I fucking despise that music. I would go to shows and I would hear,
oh no.
Yeah.
dude, set after set after set after set. And it was for fucking 4-6 years. And I'm so glad that like COVID killed all of it. And now we just have new music.
Hell yeah.
I agree with Joseph, just because there was that point in time, like you can pinpoint it when it happened, especially was during COVID, where the Fall of Burger records, you know, like local shows stopped happening, that surf punky music went away, because I love these bands or whatever that were coming out during that time, but like everybody wanted to be the next Buttertones, wanted to be the next Frights, but the thing is, no one wanted to put their own spin on it. It was just
blatant copy, bro.
Yeah, it was just
it was so disgusting.
All major chords with a spring reverb on it, and that's all it was. And like there were some people that did put a good spin on it, but I think it only ever happened once they realized that music wasn't really gonna go anywhere until they, you know, put their own spin on it and decided to be actually creative instead of being a derivative copy of it. Just because, and these guys have heard me say it too, it's good and it's okay to take inspiration from your idols. Completely understandable, because they make you who you are. But if you don't turn around and make something with inspiration from them but your own, you're just going to be a copy. And at the end of the day, do you really just want to be a copy of the person you looked up to?
You hear that?
Mini-me's. Yeah, exactly. It's all
Be
about
the authentic you.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess you can kind of point it down to your guys' local scene. Like, what has been the local scene in SoCal for you guys? Like, what bands come to mind that you're like, well, these are like people that are really not doing like a Frights carbon copy or whatever that you guys fuck with, you know? Like, what's what are the local bands? Because I know I see some posters here, like Bed and Grave Secrets and shit like that, and like
you guys go first, just because like I have probably the longest opinion.
Like the bands you play. I don't. Well, I'm not trying to start shit.
No. It's because like even we had to talk about this.
Yeah, we just talked about this the other day.
You don't know what like
you don't know what scene really you belong to. I don't go out to shows like how I used to when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So while I do play shows in the scene, I feel, me personally, myself, I actually feel a little alienated sometimes when I'm at shows, because I don't really know too many people, because I don't go to these shows like actually.
Yeah.
You know, I just play them. I'm very much a homebody, so I like to be at home and play my video games and read my manga. So that's what I like to do. But when I think of the scene, I think of like In Vitro and
I like In Vitro. We pronounced it correctly this time.
Thank you. Yeah, I made sure.
We did it for you.
Randy, Armand. Okay. Sugarhead.
Sugarhead's great.
I love Sugarhead. Actually, it's one of the bands that whenever I see Sugarhead playing, like I want to stick around and stay. Usually after we're done playing, I work long heavy shifts and I work far, so I like to just go home.
Yeah.
So I'm so sorry. I would love to stick around and hang, but I feel like I'm just getting old. And like, I want to go home. There's another band I just thought of, popped up in my brain, and it. These are my friends, so I feel like it doesn't count. But Sketches, I
shout out
fucking
Sketches.
love Sketches. Marcus, I love Marcus. I love Seb. I love Christina. I don't know if Christina is playing bass for them right now, but I just love all of them. Marcus, I don't know if you knew this, but Marcus and I go way back. We used to be in our first band together, or at least it was my first band, called English Breakfast when we were in high school, and Marcus hopped on synth for it, and that shit was so much fun. Like, just English Breakfast was fun as fuck. Yeah,
that's cool.
So good memories with him. But I love Sketches. That's I actually want to cover a Sketches song. That's how much I love them. I just don't know if they're down, but I'm more than happy to. Yeah.
There you go.
What about you, Joseph?
I'm kind of like in the same boat. You know, I'm old, bro.
Yeah.
But he's not 34, guys.
Yeah, I'm not 34, but,
But he's still old.
I'm old. Yeah, this might, I guess, sound, like, I think the word is pretentious to people. I like how he's smiling. He's fucking smiling because he knows.
Scared.
Yeah.
He's
No,
scared.
I'm not gonna say
scared.
anything.
No, I'm not scared. Joseph's gonna be Joseph.
Well, yeah, I don't mean to come off this way. It's just that, like, I guess, like, you know, like, it's like you said, like, how we were talking about Fantano.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I've listened to music for, like, a very long time. So, you know, again, you know, you start to, like, oh, well, I can tell what you are, you know, like, when you listen to a band. So it's very rare for me to really, I guess, like, listen to a local band and be like, damn, that was a good band. So, like, usually, like, and I know bands, like, in the scene, but if I'm gonna name a band, I'll usually only name them if I feel like they're actually doing something that I've never heard before. And that's something I push everyone to do. Yeah, like we talked about, to add on that, but
definitely.
I would say In Vitro. I like In Vitro a lot.
I do like In Vitro.
Yeah, I like them a lot. They're
a lot of fun vibes to them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're all very talented. And you know, Randy, you know, just driving the drums, bro. This motherfucker, you know. But
seven yerba mates in.
You know, I like the Barflies.
The Barflies are
when
cool.
we saw them at the Mad Magic.
Barflies are really cool.
Yeah, I would, you know.
Shout out Mad Magic.
Yeah, like
Alberto.
the last time we played with them, I think it was like late, so you know, Sai and I were just outside.
Yeah.
I think it was So I didn't really hear them, but when I heard them at the Mad Magic show, I thought it was pretty good. And then I saw the video that you uploaded of them to rewatch. I didn't know some of those were covers, but they executed them pretty well, though. But they have good music, though. They have good music. I would say them, yeah.
Yeah, that Title Fight cover they did was like 27, I think.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Oh, okay, for sure. And they didn't do it at that show. They did it at another Halloween show. But yeah, they're big fans of Title Fight. What do you guys think of Title Fight? Cool.
I have no
I like
opinion.
the Title Fight songs.
You want them to reunite?
Yes.
I didn't know they were.
It won't happen.
No, it won't ever happen. But I would love for that. My biggest flex for everybody, and it's just because it's in the same world of Broken Up. I had the privilege of being able to see Modern Baseball live before they broke up. Yeah. I saw them at the Hollywood Palladium with Sharp Shock and Descendants. Wow. Yeah, they were direct support to Descendants, and it sucks because I really enjoyed the set without knowing who they were and getting really into them later on and be like, well, I saw them, but I didn't really see them. Yeah. But I had the privilege enough to be able to see them before they broke up.
For real. That's always a burden when like you're first seeing a band and you don't really know, and then like you just become obsessed with them. That fucking happened to me with one band. This band called Dead Friends Club. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I think I've heard of them.
They're in the OC. I saw them one time live. One fucking time. And then like over the course of that like COVID year when I like it was 2021 or something like that, and I just like started to listen to the record and like really like get it. I got it, and I was like, no fucking way. Like And then you start to mythologize it and all this shit. But then you're just like, dude, I didn't know. I didn't know. It was the first time I saw them, and I didn't know what I was witnessing.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, dude.
That actually happened to me too, but with Weezer.
Oh, man.
But
Going back to Weezer.
my dad, when I was a kid, I had to have been like 5 or 6. I was very young.
Yeah.
Weezer was at the Blockbuster, our local Blockbuster in Long Beach. And my dad was like, "Oh, look, Sai, like it's this band." I've always been into music even since I was a little girl. So my dad just saw.
Wait, they were playing live?
No, they were doing a signing for an album.
And you didn't do it, huh?
And I
Playing
was
in the
like,
TV
he was
section.
like, "Oh, you want to go take a picture with them?" And I was like, "I don't know who they are."
No.
I walked right past them.
No.
Yeah, a few years later, I'm over there emailing him, asking him to go
If
to
they can come to your birthday party. You know what year that was? Like 2011?
I don't know.
13?
I have to ask my dad because he remembers what album it was.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I was pretty young around when I was like
It was probably during that.
2006 or 2007.
Yeah, I was about to say it was
Make
probably
Believe.
like late 2000s. I would assume it was when they released that.
The Make Believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when I assume you
Yeah.
probably
Beverly
saw them.
Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song. I heard that song yesterday at Raising Cane's. Randomly.
I hear that
That's so
song
fucking random.
every other day at work. And so yeah.
Damn.
That's
There you
where
go.
I want to
Yeah, well, that's where we want to be. But yeah, what was your kind of opinion on the local scene that you were gonna
Here you go.
espouse?
The Yap Monster.
Yeah,
Here he
I
is.
have probably the longest one just because out of the 3 of us, I'm the most active in the scene.
Because you run Sonic Sound.
Yeah, I
Entertainment?
have my own promotional thing, my own booking thing.
Yeah.
I manage In Vitro, Will Awake, Funds for Jimmy, Virtua. They're the 4 bands off the top of my head that I can really name that they're doing something different that I really mess with.
Oh yeah.
And I do think that they're breathing a fresh air into the scene, but also I am partial to them because I am managing them.
Yeah.
But
you want to see your people win.
yeah, but at the end of the day too, I actively chose to introduce myself to manage them because they made such of an impact with me.
Yeah.
I played with Funds for Jimmy a couple times when I was in the Crimes.
All right,
And then same thing with In Vitro. I met In Vitro in 2020, and then it slowly. I even tried out for their band, but it just eventually became like no. Like I told them like they're way too good for me. Like I just cannot keep up. And that just eventually became. We just became friends, and I just kept getting them shows that they're like just manage us.
Yeah, dude. That's dope.
But in terms of more bands in the local. In the local lineup.
We're looking at the Fortnite
Fortnite
item shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're listening.
No, I know.
That's cool. I'm here. It's okay.
Like bands that are like at least breathing a breath of fresh air. I don't know. Like that I can name a few off the top of my head. I've been really listening a lot to Marnie lately. They're also kind of a shoegazy band.
No, I never heard of them.
But I have been really privileged enough that recently I've been working with just really big touring acts instead. So I've been falling out of the local scene. And I've been trying to get myself back in there, but at the end of the day, like work is work.
Mr. Hollywood over here.
Thank you.
It's cool. You got to make that transition as shitty as it is. Like you got to make your living and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
And then what would you say to people that kind of I've made this? What would you say to me? Because I make this fucking comparison about you guys all the time. I'm like, you guys are fucking Julie. Like you guys are like a cool, like a local version of Julie.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but it's just like
yeah, we've been told that a lot before. And I feel like
your own flavor though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We've been told that a lot before, and I've been told that directly a lot before. I think people really mainly just make the comparison just because we have Sai in the band.
Yeah.
And I do think that comparing us very directly like that really takes away the flavor from us too.
Yeah.
And there have been points in times where people compare us, but really derogatory in a sense.
Oh no.
You know?
Yeah,
And
they're like you're just trying to copy.
Yeah, we're
it.
trying
to put us down.
Yeah.
But I think of it more positively. I'm like, dude, this is a gem that's gonna be like one of the bands that's gonna be
Thank
like
you.
the bigger ones.
Appreciate
You
that.
know
Thank
what I
you.
mean? You guys are the bigger fish in the small pond. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So when
Thank
I
you.
say that, I say like, oh shit, like they're gonna propel, just like what happened to Julie. you know?
Yeah, and I love the Julie guys. I was fortunate enough to I'm their backline tech as of now. I did their North American tour, but even before then, I was there. I just kind of knew them, mostly Keon, and I was fortunate enough that they have given me the opportunities to work with them, and that eventually led into what we are. But I've even had this conversation with the sound guy. Shout out Brendan. People really compare us like that, and I think it really just takes away who we are in a sense too at the end of the day. Because I do acknowledge that Julie has been a big inspiration, at least to myself. Like I can attest that because of this tour, Keon really put me on Marshall cabs, and the tonality of it all. So I can admit that he did play an influence into like at least my songwriting, my playing and whatever. But to like I guess come around and like point the same finger at these guys, it's not fair too.
Yeah, exactly. And if you did want to be a little more like Julie, one of you guys would have to sing. Because I've listened to Julie. There's a couple of songs where she doesn't only sing. It's like one by himself. Of the other dude, I'm not too sure. Like the names.
It's just Keon.
Keon. Okay. That he sang.
No, it's Keon.
Would you guys ever want to sing on a record, on a song? Do you guys have the vocal chops or like the
Joseph sings?
Joseph?
Yeah,
Okay.
Joseph sings.
Joseph used
I
to
don't
sing
sing.
for Vox Humana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. I'm trying to remember if I ever saw Vox
Don't
Humana.
remember.
Probably, I don't think you have. I don't think you have.
2022 benefit show.
Don't remember.
Yes, they did play.
Did you guys play with Bed and like
Yeah, they
Scrape
played that
Secrets?
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
No way. I saw that show.
Joseph's like, no, you didn't. No, you
I
didn't.
saw that show. I saw that show. Did you guys open?
Did we? I
You
think we
guys are the
did.
second
I
band.
think so.
They were the second band.
Yeah.
Second. Okay. No, yeah, it was interesting. I just don't remember much from that period of time.
No, that was all a blur.
Yeah.
Blur stream.
That was all Blur's dream. I was just that's what it was. That's what was happening. Couldn't see anything. But that's essentially what it was. Like that's I guess the inception of that channel was just because I would see so many cool bands that were like local to the scene and like nobody was like recording them. And I was like, are you guys gonna wait till they fucking till they're inaccessible? It's like they're doing cool shit right now. Like you're witnessing fucking greatness and like
That's sick.
you know, so and it would be a shame if it was just a fucking Instagram story. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let me just like try. And then my first one was I think Missing Weeba, While We Sleep, and Forsythia. That was like the first at the Smell.
They're more emo, right?
Yeah, like more emo, like indie rock type
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, Forsythia. He's doing some cool shit. I'd recommend them. They sound dope.
I
And
think-
Missing Weeba too. He's doing a lot of fucking like almost like. It reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite, and I don't mean that in like. I don't mean that in like a. I don't mean that in like a comedic sense, but like the art style, the way they like. He's doing a lot of videos that are like really reminiscent of like. I don't know. It just gives me Napoleon Dynamite vibes. He has a song called "White People Are My Friends." You know, it's an interesting guy.
That's pretty good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, check out Missing Weeba. That was the first artist on the channel.
Okay.
It was like a little camcorder at the time.
That's fucking funny.
But yeah, no, he's an interesting guy. But yeah, all that stuff. When it comes to local scene shit, you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
shout
but-
out those bands.
Yeah, shout out everybody in the local scene, especially the ones that are making an active effort to push up everybody that comes across them. Because the last thing you need is to be gatekeeping anything and anyone. Joseph, stop fucking looking at me like that.
No, I'm looking inside.
Yeah. Just do your part. Go to a show. That's like as much as you can do. Just tell someone if you like their music, that you like their music. It really it makes a difference telling people that you
Yeah,
inspire
it means
them.
a lot. You guys don't know. Sometimes I want to fucking kill myself.
Oh,
And
wow.
then somebody comes up to me and says, "I like your song." I'm like,
We're
"Oh,
so
thanks."
Oh, I'm telling you,
We're
yeah,
cooking.
It's
Yeah.
that Clarion EP is back-to-back bangers. Like I
Thank
think
you.
it's fucking great. I
Thank
think it's
you.
great. You know, there's like I think only when you think of like, there's always like one song or like one, like what is that one song for you guys that you're just like Inertia?
No, he's like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion.
That
That
we
it's
were
like,
like,
that it's
oh,
kind of
we don't
mid, or
really.
you're just
Yeah.
like, it was not. It was a kind of a misstep, I guess.
So sorry to cut you off. It's not because of the song itself. I think the guitar tones that I produced myself just did not hit the mark. And I just am not happy with the song, so it's just always a pass for me.
Yeah.
And I don't like playing it live because it's such an awkward song to put in the set list that it takes away the energy in the middle of the set. But sorry.
I feel that. What about you guys?
For me, I have a hard time listening to Sun Hill.
Sunhill? Wow.
Yeah, I actually have a hard time listening to Sun Hill. If I could have, if I can redo it, I would. I don't know. That's not.
Would you take the screams out, or what's the part that's like just the whole
I
song?
would more so just like my vocal effect. I didn't think about it before recording. It's my fault. It's more of a my fault type of thing. I didn't think about how I wanted the song to sound before actually recording it. So just a learning experience on my end.
I feel that. What about you, Joseph?
The whole fucking EP.
The whole EP?
Yeah, I did.
No way.
Because like
Can't
like she said, like literally when we recorded the EP, the songs were super fresh. So we went in there like balls deep, just like let's just go and record it. Like a little fun fact: Sun Hill was done in one take.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was one take.
And you hear it in the single because it was such a hard song to track because we couldn't hear the metronome.
Oh yeah, all the EP is non-metronome.
Yeah, just we couldn't hear the metronome. And because the room was so small, we couldn't do a live take where me and Joseph are both comfortably sitting in there with the metronome going. Sun Hill was him counting in on the metronome and us looking at each other, hopefully that everything just matches up at the end of the song.
And you guys didn't have like the time to basically like you guys were on a crunch.
Literally the drums. We met up in LA with Aaron. And the goal was like, I'm gonna go in,
do everything
in like 3-4 hours and get out, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it was like a really like, it wasn't tough, but like it was probably one of the toughest like drum sessions I've had to do. Dude, I was like sipping fucking Gatorade. I sipped the fucking, what was that energy drink you gave me?
I had a C4. We had like a 7-Eleven bag full of pure energy drinks just because we were like, we're going to be here all night because we're going to get this done tonight. Yeah, because we were privileged enough to be able to record at Aaron's Drop at Ultra Studios. Yeah. But because we weren't renting the room, we couldn't leave stuff behind.
Yeah.
So it was, we need to get this done and then come back the next day and take up another room and do the guitars in there instead.
Dude, yeah. I mean, it was a gem. I think it's a gem.
Thank you. I think the roughness of it all also gives. I feel the authenticity of it too, because I am like when I recorded the last single that we did for the Crimes, Your Eyes, I think we ended up with 102 tracks. Wow. on the entire thing, just because it was layer on layer on layers.
Yeah, it sounded super cool.
Yeah,
I liked the direction where that was going. But
thank you. Yeah. Just because we didn't have the time to, or at least I didn't have the time to do that with any of the songs in the EP, that roughness around it all, I feel like really did encapsulate the early part of the band. Because I feel like the more we practice, the tighter we're getting, and the more like we can see where our writing is curtailing towards and everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a really good starting point for us.
And when you guys write, is it jams and then lyrics on top, or do you have lyrics ready and then jams?
I have like a vault of melodies and lyrics, and usually when a mental vault, mind you.
Oh, mental one. Not a physical.
Yeah. Okay. Whenever we play, or Anthony will usually just like pop up a riff. I am usually pretty quick with finding a melody. Once in a blue moon, I will struggle with fitting something to it.
Sorry.
But usually I'll just blurt out a melody that feels most natural to me, and I keep I keep a recording of it and I fill in lyrics, and I come back next practice and go through the lyrics. But usually that first initial recording is just me yelling melodies
That's
until
good.
I can fit in words. Yeah.
Okay, that's tight. That's tight. And who's usually like bringing, like, do you guys like all kind of feel like you contribute a lot, or is it like it's usually starts with this person and then it just like snowballs, or do you guys like feel like it's like more of a group
It's
effort?
usually
at
like
the
a
same time?
snowball thing. So,
Okay.
Sometimes we need to put in a group effort,
Mhm.
because there's just some songs that we really need to.
We
have to
argue.
carefully compose it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It usually does start off that we're jamming or we're done practicing the set list, and I whatever guitar that I have, I just start playing something, and I'm like, oh shit, this sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But there are times where I'm like, I have a guitar at home and I'm writing something on, then that's when I bring it in, and then it's a snowball effect that everybody starts adding everything onto it.
It's like a warm up. Yeah, I see that too. Like I don't know, like you're just playing, like you go through the routine and you're just like, okay, I'm fucking bored, and then you play something and you're like, oh, like that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then it kind of snowballs. So do you think that you guys start with the riff? Like, does Anthony bring in a riff or something, or do you bring in a drum beat or?
It'll start with a riff. There's been very few times that it started with anything else.
Yeah. We've tried to start it off on different things. It just doesn't really work out.
Yeah, it's easier if he brings the riff, because then like she can do a melody as opposed to maybe, oh, I'm gonna play this beat on the drums. Like there's nothing you can really do with that, you know? Like,
yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, there are
a rapper.
There are some times that Saya has brought in like melodies or whatever, and then we try to layer something onto that.
Bounce off of it.
Yeah. Where I'm like, hey, what do you have?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I feel like in the future you guys could totally do, since I guess you said you were into poetry, Saya, or no, or just manga and stuff like that, or making like maybe a
when I was
concept album of some sort.
Yeah, I would actually be so down to do a concept album because I have a lot of concept songs. But I don't know if I'm willing to take on that whole vision yet, because that's a whole thing.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe in the back burner.
As of right now, not yet. I got a lot of stuff on my mind.
Because I can totally see a lot of like, since you guys have a lot of atmospheric music, I can see like a spoken word part, and then just like.
Actually, we have in a few of our newer songs, we do have some stuff that's kind of spoken, but not so much. I'm not too heavy into poetry. Like I don't know like poets or anything, but like
maybe just make it as part of the story process.
Yeah,
like in this chapter she does this.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for like romanticizing things. So like when things are, I don't know, really melodramatic, I like it. So a lot of my lyrics tend to be super melodramatic and like I cut myself, I'm bleeding. You know?
It's confessional. I mean, you loved Pinkerton because it was confessional. So I was also gonna ask about that. About like, do you feel a little awkward about some of the lyrics that you blur out, because it's like it's very raw emotion and it's very vulnerable too.
It is extremely vulnerable. So
to hear a bunch of people like listen to it, like a whole room of people listening to your. I
actually try to sing some stuff in a way that people don't understand purposely, because I don't know. I don't like to talk to people about my emotions. So like, but music is my way of expressing myself. So it's really weird. Don't literally never talk to me about what the song is about. At least our recent songs, I don't want to fucking talk about it. Okay.
I feel that.
But yeah.
And then I had a question about human attire. I saw that you guys posted a story a long time ago about a monkey at a zoo or something like that. And you guys are like
hamster in a suit.
That song is not about a hamster or a monkey in a suit. I used to say that song is about hookup culture. That is what that song is about.
Human attire? Yeah,
human attire. It's about trying to fit into. This is not from my personal experience. I'm dating Joseph. He's the love of my life right now.
Right now?
Always and forever.
Damn.
Always
Fight.
Always and forever.
And it's about a person trying to fit themselves into hookup culture and then being fucking weirded out by it. So the lyrics fornicate, multiply in tribes. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm horrified. I'm mortified. Like, this is fucking disgusting. But this said person, is trying to fit into this human attire because fucking everybody else does this. It's normalized. That is what that song is actually about. Yeah, I've never actually spoken it out loud, but yes, that is what that song is about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can harken it back to Pinkerton if you want to.
Yeah.
Do it with what's it called, "Tired of Sex."
Yeah.
And then also another little cliche reference, or not a cliche reference. What am I fucking saying? I meant to say like a hipster reference. Neutral Milk Hotels on Avery Island. The songs against sex. Songs against sex.
Is that song about?
I
don't think I know the song.
It just has a negative portrayal of like hookup culture and stuff like that. So
I appreciate when people acknowledge it.
And he's just too much of a pure soul to engage in that type of stuff with random people. But yeah, on Avery Island, it's a good record. It's the one right before In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. So there's only 2 records. There's only 2 Neutral Milk Hotel records. But I don't know if you guys are into Neutral Milk Hotel.
I like 1 or 2 songs by Neutral Milk Hotel.
They do a lot of like guitar they like to fuck with sound. Yeah, they like to do. So on Avery Island, I would recommend that if you guys like
it.
Okay. I'll check it out. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's fucking great. But it starts with the first song, Songs Against Sex, kind of like how Pinkerton starts.
I'll definitely check that song out.
Yeah.
It's interesting that starts out, but it's like a waltz type of song. It's weird. Nice. It's like da-dun, dun. It's like it's weird, but it's cool. But the melody is great. He's really good with melodies. Shout out Jeff Mangum. He's really cool. But yeah. So I think we kind of went through the whole list. Is there anything that you guys would like to say to your fans, or like a message that you'd like to say to everybody?
Be authentically you.
There you go.
Protect your fucking ears. If I can leave an impression with whatever I say tonight, if you come to any of our shows, if you need earplugs or anything, just go ahead and ask me. I always carry around some. If you're in the line of work that you're a musician, audiophile, whatever you are, protect your fucking ears.
Yeah, I'm deaf.
Yeah, I made the mistake. I am as well. I made the mistake of thinking that I was hot shit being a 17-year-old in a garage cranking a half stack without earplugs. And now I'm paying the price by having tinnitus.
Yeah.
So I have like earplugs all the time. Like I wear them even whenever I go to like theme parks and stuff, just because anytime that you can reduce the amount of decibels that are going in your ears, do so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And especially if you see us
I
live.
have tinnitus right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have tinnitus.
If you guys see us live, you guys know that we're fucking loud, and I'm loud too, and I acknowledge it. But protect your ears, man. It's all part of it.
Yeah, always use protection, guys. And to kind of, I guess, say that, I use eargasm earplugs every time I go to a show. I've been to like
sponsored,
650 plus shows. It's been documented, but I probably went to even more in 2022 when I wasn't documenting it. So
I use the eargasm carrying case, but I have ear savers inside of them.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, whatever it is, because it does affect your hearing, and then you're not able to listen to music.
Exactly.
And that's not fun.
Yeah.
And once you start losing your ability to listen to the harmonic spectrum, just give up on life. You're not going to be able to enjoy anything anymore.
It's like Mozart.
Yeah.
He kept writing till the end, right?
Yeah.
And then he died. And then did they find new Mozart or Vivaldi or something like that? I remember there was like a meme that like, oh shit, Mozart dropped. Like there was no Mozart.
That's fucking crazy.
Me waking up to the Spotify notification.
Mozart dropped.
New Mozart dropped.
They like found some like extra shit that he wrote that never got published. So
no, I didn't hear about that. I'm gonna have to look into that later.
Mozart dropped, bro.
What about you, Joseph?
Tune your snare drum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I already went on a rant about this on
That's
the fucking
shame.
band story.
Page, yeah.
Tune your fucking snare drum.
And tune your guitars.
Hold on, I'm not done. I can't explain how many times we've played shows and I hear someone's snare drum and it's so fucking dog shit. Like, I want to throw your snare drum across the fucking like backyard. You shouldn't even be playing drums, bro, if you're not gonna fucking tune your snare drum. There is no such thing as, oh, it's up to opinion. No, bro. There are tuners, right? There is a proper way to tune your snare drum. Tune your snare drum, and especially to know how to tune your sets, bro. I played too many sets. I'm sorry, I'm ranting. I played too many sets over the decade where I hit the rack time. It's like boing. That's how I just describe it. Boing. There's no other way to describe this. Invest in your cymbals. Do that. But most importantly, tune your snare drum because. Also, make sure your drum set doesn't move.
Oh yeah.
Make
Because
sure it's got locks on it.
make sure it's got
some
locks
fucking
on
hooves
it.
on it.
Because if I play on your drum set, that shit's moving.
And it starts sliding.
It's gonna start sliding.
I started carrying on a trash bag full of bricks because we kept having
Yeah,
the
we have
issue.
a fucking bag full of rocks and sand because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I play your snare drum and it sounds like shit, I'm not gonna have a good time. Or if I play your set, bro, in general.
For real.
That's what I have to say. Yeah.
I've been to a lot of shows, and yeah, dude, the amount of sliding drums, I'm just like, dog, like, how did you guys not figure this out? You know,
It's
but it's usually younger bands, so I get it.
No.
They're starting out.
Yeah, it's a leg issue. It's
Yeah.
because some of those It's a
leg.
leg issue. It's because some of these drum sets that they play, they'll get them off of OfferUp and they're like older models, and they're a lot of the time, unless they're staged customs or like they're like the fucking Thomas Star Classics,
Yeah.
the fucking like legs on them are like so fucking dog shit. Like they don't need, like the rubber on it is dog shit. The point on it is dog shit. The leg is fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I fucking hate when the set moves. He knows how much I fucking hate. I know when the set moves, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah,
the set's done. There's no good set.
Yeah, we've had it a couple of times too where, like, I've had to hold the bass drum with my foot while I play. It sucks. It just ruins the experience. And it's like, if you're throwing a show and you're providing a drum set, just get a bag of bricks or just something heavy and leave it in front of the bass drum, man. It's not. But I also agree with Joseph on the investing your gear within your means too. Don't.
No.
Yeah.
I'm broke as fuck.
Yeah. Within your means, don't go out and buy a $3,000 amp if you can't afford it.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Or do it.
Make
Do what you
sure
want.
you take care of your things and learn how to do things for yourself. This is another commentary. Learn how to do things like onto your bass, your guitar, or whatever by yourself. Take the time to dial in your tone. Yes, Saya, even you. Take the time to dial in stuff. Just because it makes a world of a difference, especially when you play live. Because if your instrument sounds like shit, you're gonna sound like shit regardless, and that's the one thing I think that people don't really understand.
He's gonna take it for demonstration.
Yeah, that people don't really understand. The reason why I have so many guitars is because of the tunings that I play. Am I string them up in very different ways to make them sound the way I do. Just take the time out of your day, 2-3 hours, sit in the room, dial in your volume. Once you perfect it, you're gonna notice the world of a difference.
No.
Well, what are you?
I'm
gonna
just
do?
showing it off because I think it looks cool.
Hell yeah.
This is a late 1980s Yamaha Tour Custom. Invest in yourself. Don't listen to this guy. Buy $1,000 drum sets.
Within your means.
Buy $2,000 drum sets. It'll sound amazing.
It will sound amazing, but within your means. Don't go broke.
I'm broke.
Invest in your cymbals though. That's really
PayPal
important.
credit. PayPal paying for monthly.
Yeah, unless you
Just don't go broke, man.
Don't use the Pearl drum set cymbal by Pearl. Buy an actual cymbal. All right, now I'm done.
I mean, since you brought up the snare shit, what is your opinion on the Saint Anger snare?
Oh, it's great.
Infamous Saint Anger.
It's great.
It's a great one.
No, yeah, I actually agree.
Okay.
Can we talk about it, Luke? Because
Sure.
you look tired. That's why.
No, sure.
Dude, catch this on video. The Saint Anger snare is the best fucking snare I've ever fucking heard. And you know what? I don't know if there's a video that someone did on YouTube where they basically redid the whole album, like vocals, drums, guitar, everything with people that, you know, obviously vocals will sound like James. And they did it without the snare.
Yeah, with the regular snare.
Yeah, they did it with a regular fat snare, and that sounds great too. But honestly, bro, that snare makes that album. Yeah. And honestly, like Lars should have combined the two. Because that snare is not something that like he should have used full time. Maybe like for like little like effects and practical, maybe for like some verses. But it's a great snare. I love it to fucking death. It's so fucking good. I want to find out how to tune it that way so I can use it for Clarion for one or two things.
Whoa.
My favorite snare drum is the hardcore ping 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 ping.
Yeah.
The dodgeball sound is my favorite snare ever.
Oh yeah.
The high one. The
Yeah,
funk?
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of hardcore.
The intro to any Gulch song is what I want.
For real, dude. That'd be crazy to have that on the Clarion record. That'd be kind of cool if somebody overdubbed the Saint Anger.
I'll even do it better. I'll get a fucking beer keg, bro.
Yeah.
Just you know that
Slipknot it?
Yeah, dude,
Slipknot.
they have a video where they tell you exactly what gloves they get, what bat it is, what beer. It's a specific beer keg. You can't just grab any beer keg because it's the metal that it's made out of.
Yeah.
You need this lead
resonates
cast
it.
iron fucking beer keg.
Oh my god.
You need to be cured for 24 hours under like hot salt lamps or some shit.
Yeah. Shout out Frantic. That's what it was supposed to be called instead of Saint Anger.
Oh, was it? I didn't know that.
There was like a discussion. I don't know if you watched the documentary, Some Kind of Monster.
I have. I don't think I saw that part though.
Oh, okay.
I love the part where James is riffing and it's like. And James is just so fucking pissed at him. He's like, who's this dumbass that's playing drums here to me?
He's just trying
It's
something
just,
different.
the notes in the middle are messing with me, man.
Oh yeah. Fucking Kirk Hammett.
I fucking love the video.
Or it's like him just going on forever.
There's another video of Lars, like a decade ago, where they're practicing for one of their shows backstage, and he's like, it just all sounds the same. I just can't get it. All sounds the same. And it's like, bro, you wrote it. You fucking wrote it. What do you mean?
Fucking love Lars.
But
bro.
dude, rip Lars, bro.
He's still alive.
Lars is one of the drummers in the world.
He's done, bro.
Oh, you mean in terms of his drumming?
But you know what?
He might as well be dead.
Yeah, you know what though? And I'm not wishing it upon him. I love him to death. The day that he passes, I'm gonna be there at that show. Whoever they have on drums, I'm gonna fucking be there. I'll be their front row. I'll pay $5,000 just to watch these songs played in time.
Oh wow, that one time Joey Jordison got on the.
The one time Dave Lombardo got on.
Oh, Dave Lombardo. Yeah,
for fucking
yeah.
Battery, that shit was intense,
That shit was
bro. I loved
crazy.
it.
Hey man.
Dude.
But
Lars is a big stakeholder in the Metallica Corp,
rip
man.
the goat, bro.
Yeah.
Rip the goat.
He's goated. He's goated.
Rip him.
Yeah, Frantic is a great song off of Saint Anger. But yeah, thanks for joining me, Clarion.
No, thank you for
the-
having
yeah,
us.
Thank you,
for the long
Carlos.
yap session.
Yeah.
Carlos Flores training.
Thank you. Yeah. Check out the Clarion's EP, Clarion. It's a really good one.
There's another EP coming
recommend
out.
it.
Yeah, we will have another
Soon.
EP coming out pretty soon. We are in the end stages of completing the songs and going back into the studio.
It's fire.
any
It's gas.
We
Or
play.
Skibbity.
It's Skibbity.
Well, we play a couple songs live right now that we're gonna have on the record or the EP. Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
we play we've played American Girl live. We play this song called Blue Fairy live. Lotus is gonna be on there, but apart from that, the rest of the EP is probably gonna be freshly written things.
And there's no name, or is there a working title for it?
We have a song called Moth, Congratulations, Cover Me, and Jilt.
Yeah. No working title for the EP yet. I think once it all becomes
that many songs?
conceptualized and
Is that how many
finishes.
songs we're doing?
Huh?
I thought we were only doing 5. Why is there like 9 being talked about?
Because we're
Yeah,
epic.
Well, no, because Saya's just naming off random ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like,
Yeah,
I was
it's
so
gonna
scared.
be another small EP.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna put 20 songs on
if
it.
anybody wants to know the roadmap, it's EP, single into full length.
All right. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, that's kind of the world we live in. Like,
Yeah.
people don't really want to listen to more than an hour.
Exactly.
That's why these are like called the Yap sessions,
Yeah.
because people don't want to fucking listen to more than an hour if people talk or whatever. So I don't know. I enjoy this type of format. Like me personally, I'll just like put it on.
I love it too. I lost track of time.
Yeah,
We're having a good time.
I put it on and then I just play some video games, play some Halo. You know what I mean?
Hell
Same.
Dude,
Yeah,
we should have been
just,
playing
like,
Fortnite.
That would have been cool.
Watch this while you're playing Fortnite.
Watch this while you're playing.
Guaranteed
Literally what I
crown
do.
dub.
Hell yeah,
Bro,
guaranteed.
I just put Fortnite. I've been playing a lot of Black Ops 6. So
Oh,
you
shit.
can play Fortnite, Black Ops, or I play a couple other games too. I play Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals.
And I just I turn the audio off
Fucking
on game
chud,
and I
bro.
put my music up. Or if I listen to a podcast, listen to a podcast.
I
Yeah.
just watch
Yeah.
Hulu whenever I play a video game.
Hell yeah, dude.
But thank you so much for coming by and talking to us.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for being my first sort of interview.
Thank you.
know?
An honor.
It was a great interview.
Yeah, what should we do for the sign off?
Doot doodaloot.
Dude.
The fucking
Alright, thanks, guys.
You're stupid, Saya.
Same. Oh,
I got for you a Rob Zombie poster. It's fucking stupid.